What's going on, y'all? It's your boy BDaMan of the Bad Boys Podcast. We back with episode 9 for y'all. We talking everything WrestleMania, Raw after Mania, SmackDown after Mania, and another Black Friday, unfortunately. Boys, how we feeling?
Can we call it White Friday?
They could have waited a week. That's all I'm saying.
I was feeling good before Mania, and I figured, the show can't be that bad. And then I watched the show.
Nah, I've been pissed off since Royal Rumble. Fuck it. WWE has dropped the ball all of, we're going 4 months?
I'm gonna be straight up. Since they've been on ESPN, they haven't had a single good pay-per-view.
TNA is the superior wrestling promotion in North America.
Right now,
WWE is still the biggest.
Yeah.
And I think AEW is doing better product-wise if you're a true wrestling fan than WWE right now.
AEW is hitting their stride, and if you like the AEW style, you are eating good. You are eating real fucking good.
WWE hasn't been the top wrestling promotion as far as storylines and creativity goes for a very long time.
At least 10 years.
They have the money and the visibility, but as far as their creative, the product and the quality of said product, it's the lowest it's been in quite some time.
Now there's no such thing as a perfect promotion, but
no,
there are better alternatives than WWE.
We're getting to the point where I think it was like 2019 through 2021, 22, where I didn't watch WWE at all because it was just so bad. We're getting close to that.
It's getting real hard to defend even trying to watch this. Like, not even just, as somebody who's like, okay, I want to watch it if for no other reason than to talk about it. But, like, we don't really have nothing good to talk about.
That's right.
And this was back. Look, we didn't have AEW at the time. And I think TNA was on Pop TV, which I had to search through hell and high water to even be able to watch TNA.
TNA's visibility was real bad back then. So it was either you go through whatever channels you could to go watch New Japan or whatever, big company was hot at the time, or you slopped through whatever Vince McMahon was giving you. Lucha Underground ended the year before. So
I think I didn't watch any wrestling at all for like maybe a year, just because WWE was so bad and it was too hard to watch everything else.
As far as the current product, I don't think any single show has illustrated more what is wrong with the WWE product than WrestleMania Saturday this year. To say that event was atrocious would be an understatement. Like,
that's being nice.
It wasn't even WrestleMania. It was Hulkamania, the advertisement featuring a couple of wrestling matches.
Oh, don't even get me started.
And we're not the only ones that noticed that. I'm telling you, multiple videos popped up criticizing that BS. Because I'm like, what are you doing? Why are we singing a commercial for this man every 10 minutes?
People who don't even watch wrestling have been dunking on that show. People who don't know shit about wrestling have just been hearing about it and they've been dunking on it too. Like, it's been a laughing stock. And the crazy part is TKO don't care because they made their money.
Yep. Exactly.
I think they got their bag. If you were watching WrestleMania on the VPN, I think you were watching the Hulk Hogan documentary pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. And then if you were watching it on ESPN, we just saw a bunch of DoorDash commercials pretty much on the ESPN side.
I'm still tripping that they lied saying they broke attendance records. Like, how you break attendance records but you 10,000 short from last year?
They didn't sell out shit. They knew they were not going to sell out.
They snuck that little blurb in on Raw.
The show was at the same place as last year. You got people pissed off they can't go to New Orleans. The tickets are sky fucking high. And who's gonna pay all that money to go watch this?
And I'll add to that, literally just last night, I had watched Maven's video where he was at WrestleMania. He didn't pay, but he was outside talking with people. The amount these people paid for these tickets is nuts. Some people paid like $8,000. Another, like father and son paid like $5,000. The shit was nuts.
Yep. I'm sorry, Kayla Rose. We ain't going to WrestleMania.
Man, if the tickets are going to be that high, I know that.
I want to go one day. I want to say I went to a WrestleMania one day, but not
me too. All of us do.
I can say that because I got lucky with a $75 ticket to a box to a box seat, to a skybox seat. I got lucky as hell the year it was here.
And Nashville, the Tennessee Titans, they're getting their new dome or whatever, so they're gonna put in a bid for WrestleMania. And if they get it, I'm like, are these tickets gonna be as high as Vegas? Because I still won't go, even though it's an hour down the road from me.
Right, and that makes me, even though it's not a WrestleMania, that makes me worried about SummerSlam tickets here that do go on sale on Friday. I'm like, God, how expensive is that going to be? Mm-hmm. That shit's literally in my city, which is, a little north of me, where I currently am.
It's for all their events. Like, it's across the board. It ain't just Mania. I mean, Mania is the most egregious one because that's one where they charge the most because it's Mania. But it's still ridiculous for
costs. They even went up on house show ticket costs and then reduced the number of house shows.
They barely do house shows, which is why you got people like, look, I looked up how many matches the average wrestler in WWE wrestles. It's like 40 matches a year.
Yep. Even SmackDown, they're doing SmackDown over in Lexington within the next few weeks. And the ticket prices for that are high.
Dante Chen is one of the guys who got released. He said he had 142 matches over the 5 years he was employed by WWE. 142 matches over 5 years.
Damn, that's
in the 40s per year.
He got released, right?
The average wrestler back in the day was wrestling about 100 to 140 matches a year. Granted, that tends to wear your body out, but it also toughens you up because you get used to it. I think part of the reason why a lot of these people are getting injured nowadays, they don't work very often. Their bodies are not used to it.
And then when you work for WWE, you can't go take on an independent show like with some of the other promotions
to go get your reps up.
Right.
You're not going to see Maxine Dupree working at GCW or whatever WWE ID contracted promotion. Whenever the hell was the last time we even saw her on TV. But yeah, so
since Natty beat her ass again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we gonna get into all that. So we got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna start with wrestling.
See, that would have been a good cage match to put on WrestleMania Night 1 to make up for the bullshit.
Yeah, but we're gonna start WrestleMania Saturday. So they kicked off with I can't remember what the fuck the actor dude was doing a video package. They always got to have that celebrity doing it.
Dude from Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, whatever his name.
He a real fan.
I don't know.
He remembers bar for bar.
He is a real fan. I will give him that.
The Mysterio storyline from when Dom was a kid. He remembers that bar for bar. He's a real fan.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I didn't have an issue with the opening package. It is what it is. John Cena, welcomes us to WrestleMania, and I ain't gonna lie, there was a piece of me that was hoping he would have the jorts. And then he came out in the suit, and you see the suit in his entrance video, and I'm like, yeah, he retired. He done.
Good.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what
he got his bald spot fixed.
Yeah,
I didn't see his bald spot.
I saw that.
That's camera. Whatever.
We kick off. We kick off WrestleMania Saturday 6-man tag match. It's the Usos and LA Knight against the Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed. Not much to say about the match. It was a short little match.
7 minutes and 8 seconds.
You can say that about almost every match that night. It was a short little
Speed was in there doing the main focal point of the entire match was Speed. And he did a couple of cool things, his backflips and all that other good jazz, and then it got to it where Logan Paul was like, "Hey, bro, you need to be doing this and doing that," and I Show Speed is like, "Hey, look, bro, I ain't really trying to, fuck people like that. I didn't really want to have this match in the first."
I told him I didn't want to be here. You made me be here. So, whatever.
He who hesitates is lost forever. Logan Speed crashes into Austin Theory. LA Knight drops Theory with the BFT, and LA Knight gets a win at WrestleMania. About fucking time. When was the last time you saw LA Knight win a match?
And he pinned Theory. Hey, Joe, he pinned Theory.
Yep. And that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that it would be Theory
Mike
getting
called
pinned.
that. He specifically called LA Knight pinning Theory to win that match.
And I think that's only because I had a feeling that they were going to have I Show Speed be the fan favorite. He wasn't going to be part of that heel group the whole way through. Something was going to happen.
I figured that too.
So, and the only reason that this match went on first anyway, and I think I mentioned it in the group chat, my grandkids were watching Night 1 with me. They're just starting to get into wrestling. They don't know LA Knight, they don't know Austin Theory, but they know the Usos, they know Logan Paul, and they know I Show Speed. So that's to keep casual viewers kind of clued in to see if they're going to see other people that they know.
Yeah.
It's to introduce the casual viewers. Use some people you know and introduce them to some people that they don't know. If they like it, they'll stick around.
And that's why they aired it the way they did, where they put the first hour of both nights on ESPN.
The first hour of both nights did air on ESPN. So the match was what was the big deal about it was after the match. So Logan Paul starts attacking ISO Speed and everything, but the Usos and LA Knight, they help Speed out. They give Logan the 1D and everything, and then they put Logan on the announcer's table. Speed climbs up to the top rope, hits a frog splash through the announce table. So, that was cool.
Good little spot. And that's gonna get you your social media views and everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then we get another 10-minute commercial break. Won't be the last time you hear me say that. If you were watching on ESPN, you were getting stupid DoorDash ads with that are dubbed over old ass episodes of Raw and SmackDown.
Yep.
And then if you were watching on a VPN on Netflix, you saw way too much of that fucking Hulk Hogan documentary.
Yep.
So once that foolishness was over with, next up was the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre.
I've been waiting to talk about this one.
That was an okay match.
I'm mixed about it.
That's why I said okay.
So I just want to say I caught up on night one later on that night. Wife and I watched that match. Her and I both agreed, 1, that match was too short, and 2, they did not do enough for an unsanctioned match. That felt like a match that could have been on SmackDown. No blood, no nothing. Like it was
no different than any other weapons match you ever see in WWE.
Yes.
The only thing they were missing was kendo sticks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I said it was an okay match.
The most unsanctioned match ever.
They could have put this in a cage and it would have been better.
And given what they had later on the card, it's even more egregious. But we'll get to that in a minute. Like you expect an unsanctioned match to be like, okay, these are two dudes trying to kill each other. This is a match that no referee, nobody wants to be a part of. Nobody wants to take legal repercussions over. You got these two demons. They got to settle an issue, and somebody has to go. And then it's just like every other weapons match. Granted, it was a good no disqualification matchup, but
they could have just said it was a no DQ match and been done with it, but put them in a cage and threw some weapons in the cage and been done with it. But they had to make it an unsanctioned match and couldn't even top the fact that they just had these two dudes fall off a building a week before.
Thank you. That's why it was so disappointing.
It's the second unsanctioned match we had in WrestleMania history. The last one being Seth Rollins and Triple H at WrestleMania 33 in 2017.
Yep.
That was better than this.
Yeah.
And that one got 20-something minutes because you tell Triple H he can't work 20-plus minutes at WrestleMania.
Yep. That it didn't come off like the blow-off match that it was supposed to be. Like, I feel that whenever I know Drew was off filming a movie or something like that, I feel like when he comes back, he could go after Jacob and be justified because it wasn't a blow-off match. Like Jacob didn't just straight destroy him or anything like that.
The good news is Jacob won the match as he should have.
Should have, yes.
Yeah.
So that's good. All right. It was one bump in the match where Drew knocked Jacob off the table and off the top turnbuckle when he would go through a table, and Jacob never wants to take a bump like a regular person. So he hit a whisper in the wind on the way down to the fucking table. That was pretty radical. I was like, Jacob just has to. Jacob just has to show up and be like, "Hey, look, bro, I'm an athlete."
Right. And here's the thing: I can't be mad at him for that because most of the Samoans don't do it like he do it. So I'm like, okay.
No, he's definitely the most athletically gifted. I think this generation.
He's got similar size. Well, he's similarly built like Yokozuna or Rikishi, but he's slimmed down more, and he's allowed to be more of an athlete.
Right, and he can move better that way. And I say, if you can move better this way, then move better. I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I think Umaga was ahead of his time when we had Umaga before he passed away.
Yes.
And Jacob took that and he's elevated it even more.
He's done the formula better than Solo has.
He gets into the Solo faster than most luchadors. That man be like pop, 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 foof. I'm like, hey, I didn't even see you get to the top rope. How you doing a backflip? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
When he debuted, when Jacob debuted on SmackDown that day, and he was just flying everywhere and destroying everybody.
Oh my god!
And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like I became aware of him in about 2019 when he was in MLW. I was watching. It was him against. I want to say Alex. I can't remember who he was fighting. Tom. I think it was Tom Lawler for the MLW title, whatever. And I'm over here. I'm like, bro, this 350-pound dude is out here hitting moonsaults and Fosbury flops and all these other crazy high flying moves that you don't even see guys half his size trying to do. And he is out here, being the high flying heavyweight. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yep, and he was way bigger in his MLW days. He looks twice the size that he is now.
Yeah, he has slimmed down significantly, and I think it's good for him in the longer run as he gets older. Yeah. Less weight, less punishment on your back and your knees. Yep. So after that match, we had another ad break. So after about 10 or 15 minutes of that nonsense, we go to a fatal four-way match for the women's tag team championship. You had Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, and then you had the tag team champions entering third instead of last because we'll get to that in a second. So you had the champions Nia Jax and Lash Legend, the Irresistible Forces. Shout out to for the Demolition tribute.
Yeah,
with their masks, that was really cool. They took them off as soon as they got to the fucking ring, but hey, you got them in there. And then came the fourth team, which was supposed to be the Bella Twins. Unfortunately, Nikki Bella had sprained her ankle about 3 weeks before WrestleMania and could not get cleared in time. So Brie Bella needed a replacement partner because, making the match a triple threat just didn't make enough sense. And whoever Brie Bella was winning them titles regardless.
Ugh.
So Brie Bella's partner ended up being the returning Paige.
Yay.
Who we haven't seen wrestle a match in WWE since 2017.
Right. Fair. But,
So they have the match. Honestly, I don't remember shit in that match other than the finish. Paige pinned Alexa Bliss with the Rampage to win the tag titles.
They hit someone with the crutches, with the bedazzled.
Oh,
crutches.
Nikki hit Charlotte with the crutches.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's about.
I remember it. Put the finish. I was like, I remember what led up to the finish. I got you.
It was a match. It was a match.
Right. It was a match. It wasn't a great match. It was barely a good match, but it was definitely a match. And the match was a choice. That's how I look at it.
I'll let Mike speak before I say something, but what was he going to say, Mike? Okay,
so this is a fatal four-way for the women's tag team titles. And they gave them 8 minutes and 33 seconds to run this match.
Wild.
And I have all the match times pulled up right now. They got 8 minutes and 33 seconds.
To have 8
where nothing happened because, like T just said, T said he doesn't remember shit from the match. I didn't remember Nikki hitting Charlotte with the crutch until B just mentioned it. So I
wouldn't have remembered until I watched the highlights earlier. Rewatched the highlights.
Only reason why I remember it is because up until that point, I was like, "This is the most efficient," and I shouldn't have to say that about a wrestling match, but I'm like, this is the most efficient 8-person tag match I've ever seen in my life. They weren't, because in a lot of tag matches, when it's more than 4 people involved, somebody's tripping over somebody else. They weren't really doing that. They were trying to get it in and get it out. And that tells me this shit was rushed. It's
crazy because even with Brie and Paige in there, with the talent in there, excluding them, they still could have cooked and had a more 15, 20-minute match.
You had Lyra, Bayley, and Charlotte in there. Those were the better workers of that match.
Yes.
So they could have.
And not to take away from Lash, I ain't saying Nia. Not to take away from Lash. I didn't say Nia. I said I wasn't gonna say Nia. Lash is a good worker too. She put her time in, but
Alexa
I feel
Bliss,
like
gotta give her credit.
Yeah, I feel like everybody was told you have 30 seconds to do what you're gonna do.
Yep.
That is it.
Yep.
Am I wrong? Did it feel like that? Because it's like y'all you do this. Hurry up. I'm like y'all.
And the thing with that, like Lash, she was the least experienced in that match. And don't get me wrong, I love Lash. But to put her on such a big stage, give them such a short amount of time with this many participants in the match, I'm like, it could have
there's
gone
little
bad
to no time
for
to focus on her to spotlight her.
They could have gave them 10 more minutes.
They could have.
I wouldn't say 10 more minutes, maybe about another 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like that match didn't need to be that long, but 8 minutes for
at least get into the double digits.
WrestleMania.
See, but the thing is, I feel like if they'd have given them 15 to 20 minutes, it wouldn't have felt as rushed. Them trying to get everything clipped and efficient is what made the match look
hang on, Remy, give me just a second. Do you really want to watch Nia Jax wrestle for 20 minutes?
But I don't want to watch Nia Jax wrestle.
Absolutely for 20 minutes. Fucking not.
No.
I'm just saying
for 20 minutes. If that comes
to
I got to take my lumps while I get them. But
yeah, I think if the match would have went 20 minutes, Lash and Nia would have been in those positions where they get knocked down and they're down for like 3-4 minutes at a time.
They'd have been blown the fuck up. Like,
and honestly, they did manage to put that in there because Lash was in the ring for about 45 seconds and then she was gone.
It was short, and the crazy part is it's not even the shortest match of the night. We'll get to that in a minute. Ultimately, I feel like the match was just there because the Bella Twins wanted to win the tag titles, and then Nikki got hurt, so that blew up that plan, and they was like, well, fuck it, why punish Brie? And I'm like, y'all could have just made it. Personally, I would have just made it a triple threat match and had either Lash and Lash and Nia retain. Although I would have accepted Lyra and Bayley winning the titles because they've been teaming together for
everybody up until that point. They cooked everyone up until like the week before. I'm like,
because Paige and Brie Bella isn't going to last. I'm glad to see it's cool that Paige has made it back to WWE. I thought her AEW run was full of missed opportunities, and she, in my opinion, she robbed Tony Khan blind.
Yeah.
Because
she got her one run with the AEW Women's Championship.
I know, but he paid way too much money for what he got from her.
Tony Khan getting robbed is not on my list of things I hate. If he gonna throw the money at the wall to see what stick, that's on him. If he threw too much money at Paige, that's on him. He's the one who's not making good moves with his money. So I'm not mad at that.
I don't think it was a lack of effort. I don't think it was a lack of effort on AEW's part, though. I think it was. I guess it could be a mixture of both because Paige did book her to win the women's championship, which she did in AEW. She just wasn't moving very well in the ring.
She was clear, but it felt like she was just being gentle about it. Honestly, I think her and Mercedes was a missed opportunity.
It was right there.
And they're that gap between the old women's division and what we have now.
But apparently they had already had their Mercedes plans locked into that point. I'm like, you couldn't make some room or a pivot or that's just for another day. Anyways, Paige and Brie Bella are the tag champs. They celebrated with Nikki. Cool, I guess.
I'm not gonna say
next,
cool. Whatever.
Yeah. After that, we get another ad break. If you were watching on Netflix, there Hulk Hogan's talking about his NWO run, heel turn. They're showing Tony Hinchcliffe and Jeffrey Ross at ringside. I didn't even know Jeffrey Ross was still fucking alive. Next up was the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. AJ Lee defending the title against Becky Lynch. Becky entered with the Wonder Years playing. Well, the Wonder Years playing her song live in reality. Yes. They lip synced, and in my opinion, as somebody who is well versed in the punk / emo scene that the Wonder Years came from, they know better because the singer Dan Marshall, he don't play that Trump nonsense that they be on. Giving him a hot mic would have been a terrible idea.
Yeah, and I think either you posted that or someone else did in like NAR or something, or maybe Twitter. But I saw that and I was like, okay, I guess makes sense, but sucks they couldn't actually do a live performance because the lip syncing was garbage.
The problem is they were they started playing their music too early before the band actually started playing anything.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that.
Me too.
So it wasn't in sync, and it looked and sounded fucking terrible. The match went Match. If anybody else remembers anything about the match, be my guest. I don't remember shit.
It was a solid match. It was better than that last one we just talked about.
The big thing from that match was Becky and Jessica Carr getting into it, and Jessica Carr getting having her back, pushing Becky back, and
she didn't push. Becky got in her face, and she put hands on Jessica first, and that's when Jessica pushed back.
I think that's when I started to check out of the match and mind you, I love AJ Lee.
Because I'm Becky's great, Jessica, but like, look, bro, you trained to evolve. Do something.
Is the feud between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, or is it between Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr?
Yeah.
If it's between Becky and Jessica Carr, when are we getting a match out of it? Because y'all been doing this shit with her for months now.
And we know she can go. Why are we pretending like she can't?
Jessica is a trained wrestler. Shit, or get off the fucking
mask on and go a match or two with Becky. Let's get this over with. I ain't got time for this.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so
just leave referee Bay out your business. That's all I ask.
They spam finished it a few times. Becky threw AJ into the exposed turnbuckle, hit a manhandle slam. She wins the belt back for a third time.
Which I think we all expected Becky to win the title.
We did.
Back.
We all called it.
Yeah.
AJ was never going to hold that belt for a long time.
At least for a long time.
She'll be gone for a while.
Right.
Yeah. I know she's still doing book tours and things like that. So I don't. Yeah. None of us expected her.
She had her match. I'm glad to see her back. It's just, in this age of WWE, like, diminishing returns is the game.
Yeah.
So, after that match, we get another ad break. Next up was Gunther versus Seth freaking Rollins. And I think this is when I started to notice that none of the matches had pre-match video packages.
They didn't.
Like, the first two I can understand. The first two I can understand, but Becky and AJ should have got one because that's a feud that's been building for over half a year.
Yeah.
And
it depends on what you're watching because I got some footage from them. They showed some stuff about Becky and AJ that night before the match. So,
word.
It depends on what you were watching.
Whatever the feed I was watching wasn't showing it.
The replay on. They didn't show it there.
Seth and Gunther were, having a really good match. I mean, we know how it came up. Gunther was originally scheduled to face Rey Mysterio. Seth Rollins is scheduled to face Braun Breaker. Rey and Braun Breaker both got hurt, although Rey managed to make it back before Mania. So they put this together about 2 weeks before the show, and it's like Gunther's doing a favor for Paul Heyman. And I'm like, all right. The promo they cut on Monday, the Monday before, was really good, where they were just like, Gunther's like, they say you're the best. No, I'm the best. I'm like, okay.
I mean,
you're doing the best. They're doing the best they can with it. Now,
with what they have, and to be fair, that was one of the better decisions they made was to put Gunther in this position because Paul Heyman had no choice but to get some outside help. So I'll give them that. That's cool. And it was Gunther. Even better. I'm like, okay, let's see him and Seth actually have a damn match. I'm mad it only went like 12 minutes. But
if it leads to where I think it will lead, I can tolerate it. That being said, the match was good until the finish. Although I will say this, Gunther takes the pedigree worse than Kane does.
No, worse than Big Show. Let's worse than Big Show.
How you gonna get that? He can't realistic. He big. It's in his name. You cannot realistically give him a pedigree like that with his arms being bigger than your thighs.
Okay,
Am I wrong?
Just
you cannot blame the Big Show for that. You cannot blame the Big Show for that.
I hated Triple H and Kane matches because A, most of them suck. And B, anytime Kane was losing most of the time. So whenever Kane would eat a pedigree, he would take the motherfucker on his knee, and his head never hits the damn ground. It's like, I get it, trying to protect yourself, but it makes the move look so fucking ugly.
I mean, that's why nobody voted for Glenn Jacobs.
And Gunther was doing something similar, except he was just laying to the side. And I'm sitting here like, bro, either you want to take the move or not. It's not even Seth's finish.
To be fair, I kind of expected that finish because everybody kept saying that Braun was cleared. I'm like, he gonna show up. He gonna pull up.
Oh, I had a hunch too.
I figured he was gonna pull up. I don't like it because I feel as though Gunther can beat Gunther can beat Seth without help. He didn't need that. But I figured he loved the finish anyway, because, I'm mad. And you don't piss off a Steiner.
I loved it.
What I would have did for the finish was I wouldn't have had Gunther. I wouldn't have Braun spear him. I would have had Braun walk up with a masked dude with one of them masked guys.
Mask like the ski mask.
Yeah, and when Seth go over looking at him like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then Braun pulls the mask off, and that surprises Seth, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" That's when Gunther locks him in the sleeper.
Yeah, that would have been a better way to do it.
And then after the match, then have Braun spear the shit out of Seth.
Yeah, because like that second spear, oh my god, oh my god, I cried. I don't even like Seth Rollins, and I cried for that man. I was so mad, I was crying for that man because I'm like, that did not need to happen. Oh my god. I was
as bad as he made that spear look with the way he took it, because he did the right thing.
If he hit a real actual spear at that speed,
if he took that shit full force on, he'd be dead.
Yes, I was finna say Seth would be out permanently if he took the spear the way you normally take a spear. He had to have adjusted for that because I'm like, if he was
coming down that ramp at 23 miles an hour, sir.
Yes, that's a car hit, and that man is built like a car. If he'd have hit him,
you got a 275-pound linebacker coming at you full fucking force. You goddamn right, I'm finna brace for impact.
Yes, so I wasn't mad at how he hit that spear down that ramp because that was a long ass ramp.
It looked bad, but I don't blame Seth one fucking bit. Like,
no, I don't either.
Injury away from
I don't either. You know me, I call that man bum activity all day, every day.
Yeah,
but
I was like,
that moment, I was like, all right. I ain't mad at you.
It was the fact that, for me, it was the fact that Braun hit that look over the shoulder and then started running down. I was like, oh my God.
I was like, no. And then he hit him. I'm like, damn.
The saxophones were playing in full effects at that point.
There was a dude. You probably didn't see him. He was putting the fries in the bag for him. I'm like, God damn, it's over for him. Oh God.
It was a wrap. That being said, it was the match of the night for night one, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
So after that, they more advertisements. They're showing the Hall of Fame inductees on the stage. What we had this year. Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant got for their immortal moment at WrestleMania 3. Bad News Brown's kids were there. Dennis Rodman was there. Axe and Smash from Demolition were there. Good for Demolition to still get inducted while they were still alive. I hate when they wait until wrestlers die to induct them in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I hate that.
Sid Vicious his son was there, and his son had a real nasty rant earlier that day on Facebook about how his dad got inducted in the Legacy Wing, but they had no merch for him or nothing.
Like, Sid Vicious, he was one of their biggest stars right before the Attitude
in the 90s.
Yep.
Exactly. He was there at WrestleManias, a two-time WWE champion.
Well, he was there during the Attitude Era too, at the very beginning, and he played a big role.
Yeah,
I was surprised that he was just getting inducted this year.
Yeah. I was like, damn, he ain't in yet. That's fucked up. But to be fair, the Hall of Fame to me pisses me off. That's why I try not to pay too much attention to it, because it's like I'm gonna get annoyed because I'm gonna think of somebody who should have been inducted decades ago that's not inducted, or somebody who's in there that shouldn't be in there because they didn't do shit.
Exactly. Demolition. I mean, the only reason Demolition took so long is because they were suing Vince McMahon over concussion shit.
Yeah.
Once Vince got out the way, then it was they were gonna make their way in. I'm just glad they got to do so while they were still alive, because they're both in like their 60s and 70s or whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they had AJ Styles out there, who's probably the youngest inductee on that entire list.
I almost cried when he came out because I'm like, I miss him in the ring already. This
AJ and Stephanie McMahon. So after that, more commercials, more Hulk Hogan. And then they go through the card for WrestleMania Sunday, and then we have the co-main event. For the Women's World Championship. For the Women's World Championship.
Wasn't that
Stephanie McCurd. No, they wish
6 minutes and 51 seconds.
6 minutes, something like that.
It was
Stephanie McCurd. It was Stephanie McCurd defending the Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan. So Liv comes out first to her new theme song, Trouble, with this. I'm convinced that she saw Christina Aguilera's music video for Dirty and was like, let me do that.
hold my beer, and it didn't work.
Yeah. And
the
apparently
song was terrible. The dance routine was trashy.
Apparently, it's a remake of a Renee Rapp song that they wanted to use for Live, couldn't get cleared, and they're like, you know what? They all copy and paste. Let's do something just like it. So that's why this song.
Like baby girl, you're what is this? Jessica Simpson?
It horrible.
I didn't like it. And you know what the worst part is? Stephanie Verker's music is no better. Her new music.
Her new music.
Whenever I hear it, I don't know who's coming out because I'm saying it sounds like
I'm like, whose music is this? Is somebody else coming out? I'm like,
it sounds like 5 other people's music. So the worst thing about this match was they only got 6 minutes and 51 seconds. So they were coming out the gate, spamming big moves, finishers. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez came out and they had their interference and Liv hit, Steph kicked out of Oblivion. They had more interference and, Liv hit Oblivion again. She wins the champion.
This was a shenanigans match.
Yeah.
That's all this was a shenanigans match. Because from beginning to end, shenanigans.
Liv got this match by winning the Royal Rumble. This was a world championship match.
That got 6 minutes.
I don't remember the last time we had a women's championship match this short at WrestleMania since Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax at WrestleMania 34. It was disappointing because it's Stephanie Verker's WrestleMania debut, and I know she was ready to show out on the biggest stage.
Yeah,
her and Liv had a solid build up. You felt like these two women were ready to kill each other, and then it just turns into a Raw match. You just get some interference because Roxanne Perez was looking.
Man, I'm still mad that they didn't play this feud up enough. I'm sorry. Like when she got that lump, when Liv got that lump on her head, I'm telling you, somebody should have took some makeup, a marker, and drew smiley face on the lump with the eyes being X's. It looked like, and then the smile have his tongue sticking out, like. Just to show Steph, like, I ain't scared of you. Give me all the lumps you got. I'm gonna come back and give you something. Because Liv's responses to Stephanie Verker was trash. For her to win this feud this way was trash. Stephanie had that chick on a couch crying next to her man, crying. And this is the end result. A 6-minute match.
She called her mother a dirty dog. I mean.
But they call
the shit was anticlimactic as fuck.
But they call
anticlimactic.
But Liv is dating a dirty dog. Stop it. And his mustache.
So the match ended like that was a match that should have got more time because it's a world title match. It's your Royal Rumble winner in there, and it had a good build.
Look. And WWE had already communicated to me that they don't give a fuck about their titles for WrestleMania.
They don't give a fuck about shit. So to say that match was a disappointment, and it's nobody's fault from the women. And I was hearing people saying, well, they were both hurt going in, and that's why they cut it for time.
That's what I heard.
I would like to believe you had 2 nights later on Raw, Liv Morgan went 13 minutes with Sol Ruca.
Right.
Yeah.
So why is we doing this? Why? She hurt, so we cut it for time, but then she gets a longer match with Sol Ruca, who I don't like how they present Sol Ruca on Raw, but we'll get to that on Raw.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But so that was disappointing. Is everybody good? Because I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, let's get to the ruiner moment. Let's get to the ruiner moment before the main event.
So before the main event, this is probably the best moment on the show. John Cena's in the ring. He's talking about the attendance and everything. And then all of a sudden, you hear Bianca Belair's music. So she comes out. She's wearing a nice little blue outfit. She does her spin and everything. And, we all been waiting for it.
I'm a lose, but I want to fight Montez for it.
Come on, man.
We've been waiting for Bianca to come back because she broke her finger at WrestleMania last year. She has not wrestled since. We've been missing her in the ring. SmackDown's women's division has been hurting badly without her. I mean, they're hurting, period, but they're also hurting without her.
Because Jiminy Uso ruined it. So we've been needing Bianca to come back and save us. And look at what Montez go and do. Go ahead.
I'll go into that later. But anyway, so Bianca comes out, and she's talking about John. She's like, hey, you're missing a person in the attendance, and she, opens up her veil and shows that she's got a baby bump. Bianca is with child.
Apparently, she's 6 months.
So Montez Ford been we was wondering where the Street Profits have been. No, Montez Ford has been getting ready to daddy it up some more.
Montez, I'm saying this to you. You're a ruiner, sir. You're a ruiner. You ruined the women's division even further than what Jiminy Uso did. So I want to see both of y'all in the ring. I'm going to lose, but I want to see both of y'all in the ring.
Jade Cargill put up a hilarious Instagram. I don't know whose Instagram it was. I think it was Jade or Bianca, where somebody said, "Don't get in a triple threat match with Io Sky or Rhea Ripley."
Yeah.
Because both Bianca and Naomi fought triple threat matches with them, and that's the last match they had before getting
apparently they get fertile.
I think they said it was.
You know what? You know who I propose be the next person to get in a match like that, just to hurt all of y'all? Kathy Kelly.
Oh,
that's Nick.
That's a Nick thing.
That's a Nick thing.
With all that being said,
you think too, Bryce. I see you.
Hey, look,
I see you.
Look, I'm more of a Jackie Redmond person, okay?
Congratulations. Montez Ford is still the ruiner.
Congratulations to Montez Ford.
Like Remy said.
Montez Ford and Jiminy Uso are about to ruin it. I want to see a triple threat match.
Let's think about it. Hang on. Before we
as long as it's not Blake, if it's Blake, I'm going the fuck up.
Before we continue hating, let me try to talk some sense into this. All right, let's think about this, guys. Bianca Belair turns 38. I don't know if it's this month or next month, but she's about to be 38. She clearly wanted to be a mom at some point. For her, and I said the same thing when Naomi got pregnant, it's now or never. So this is they had.
It should have been never.
And I understand, but Montez Ford, this is his fault.
Fuck your kids.
This is Montez fault because
Lord.
Bryce, as a married man, your wife can give you permission to do some stuff. That don't mean you should do it. You know this.
No, because well, we're gonna talk about it for night 2, but this led to something that I didn't want to happen. And can't nobody convince me otherwise, god damn it.
Yeah. What Nicholas said.
Hold on. In fairness, though, on the show that Bianca and Montez had, she did say she wanted a kid. Like, that was a prevalent thing in that show. So that's why I wasn't super surprised. My wife saw this coming.
My audience. They right there.
Oh, man.
Good Lord, I've never seen somebody so mad at a pregnancy, bro. You thought
we didn't have this podcast when Naomi got pregnant. This the same energy. I'm keeping the same energy. I've been yelling at Jimmy Uso for years, so that was no different for me to yell at him about that. I was yelling at him the same way. Soon as I saw the podcast announcement for him, I was mad as hell. I've been mad as hell ever since because you know what? The women's division has sucked since then.
That's not
and now it's going to suck even more up into 2027 and beyond.
Okay, to be fair, that's not their fault. Blame Triple H. Blame Triple H for booking the women's division as shitty as he is. The fact that he ain't got them two people.
Okay.
No
so you telling me that he can book a good women's division without seasoning?
He should be able to. If he was a good booker, Tony Khan is doing it. He can't
book no good women's division without no seasoning.
Tony Khan is doing it right now.
Yeah, I'll give T that. Tony Khan is doing it. Tekla is doing her thing. She ain't got no seasoning.
Hey, technically that's some seasoning. She's a form.
Okay, Asian spices is still spices. But what have they been doing with Oscar and Io? That's what I thought.
That doesn't help your argument.
Oh, shit.
He need more spices.
That's
he needs Lawry's. We ain't got no Lawry's. We got one bit of lemon pepper over there on SmackDown, and they ruining it by sticking Lil Yachty in it.
Wait, how did we get? Okay, before we get any further,
let's get us back on track talk. Oh my
congratulations
God.
to Bianca, congratulations to Montez. You know that baby gonna be half Viltrumite when they.
I'm
that
mad
baby
at
gonna
him.
be half Viltrumite, bro. That baby gonna be a super athlete. Okay. Good Lord. So then, after more Hulk Hogan ads, if you were watching on Netflix, and more DoorDash ads if you were watching on ESPN, and no, I will not stop talking about it because they wouldn't stop fucking showing it.
They wouldn't stop shoving it in our faces. No, keep talking about it.
We get ready for the main event, the one match on the show that got a proper, video package to highlight everything that's been going on up until this,
including the bullshit.
Of all the matches that they, took the time to do this for, it's amazing. This is the one that got it. You got Randy Orton looking to win world title number 15, challenging Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship.
TKO robbed us.
After the video goes off, before either one of them come out to the ring, you got fucking Pat McAfee, who bafflingly became the center of this storyline. Because Ari Emanuel got the thought that somehow he's going to be the next Sylvester Stallone. I don't know how you come to that.
He is not. I don't know
how you come to that.
He is not.
That I don't know what thought process led to that. I'm pretty sure it involves some white powder, but I can't confirm it. So Pat McAfee starts talking shit, hyping up how Randy Orton's about to save the business, yada 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 yada. Orton comes out, Cody comes out, They have their, Cody's entrance was pretty cool. They had the
different looks of his
over his past personas and everything.
That was one of the few bright spots in this whole match.
You had dashing Cody Rhodes, you had young Cody Rhodes, you had Stardust.
Man, when I didn't think they was gonna put the Stardust one in there. I was like, are they gonna put Stardust in there? And then I saw it. I was like, he hated Stardust. I know. That's why I was like, are they gonna do it? I was surprised. Okay.
So Pat McAfee attacks Cody before the bell even rings and everything. Cody fights back and everything. Orton gets thrown out of the ring. Cody nails Pat McAfee with Crossroads, and the announcers table gets set up. Here comes fucking Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll jumps off the barricade, puts Pat McAfee through the announcers table, and then carries Pat McAfee to the back.
Good.
All right, cool.
Good.
Yeah, good. We're starting off good because now you get Pat McAfee out of the way, and now Cody and Orton can have a proper match.
And now they ring the bell.
In theory, they were going to have a proper match. Then what happened for the next 20 minutes was a match where Randy Orton, the heel, they're constantly talking about him having this back injury and how he has to fight from underneath to overcome this back injury to take down a man who he busted his head open a month ago.
Right.
That I found that weird when they mentioned that, and I'm like, what back injury? I mean, that back injury, he's had matches since he came back from the surgery. What are we talking about here? He literally just had a match 3 weeks ago with Aleister Black. Don't get me started on him.
And then Orton got busted open first in the matchup. And I'm like, okay, cool. We got blood here. All right.
Right.
It would have been cool to have it in Jacob and Drew, but they were on ESPN.
Right.
Exactly.
They were on. So now, Randy is the one fighting from underneath, like your traditional babyface should, until the match sucked for like the first 15 minutes or so. It was slow as fuck, which is a common complaint I've heard in a lot of Randy Orton matches. I thought that Cody would be able to, help him step it up at a time like this, but the psychology was so off. So then they go to the final part of the match and everything. Cody goes for they've been spamming finishers and shit like that. Cody's been stealing the DDT, stealing the RKO, stealing the banging his hands on the mat, taunting everything. Cody is straight wrestling heel as fuck this entire match.
Right.
And then fucking Pat McAfee comes out and everything. Orton, Cody goes for
wind up the whole weird situation. First, Cody kicks Randy with low blow. Randy snaps off and RKO's the ref.
Yep.
Then he hits the RKO on Cody, but no ref. Then Pat runs out with a ref shirt on and a neck brace. With a neck brace and a ref shirt on. And he counts, but of course, we get a kick out.
That's not even the problem. That's not even the problem. Mind you, Pat has been on Orton's side this entire time. If he has a ref shirt on, what the fuck stopped him from making a fast count?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Why is he doing fair shit when he's not even supposed to be there as a ref? If you sitting there doing underhanded shit, then follow through with the underhanded shit. Don't half-ass such a job. You had one job and you couldn't even do it.
I know these people watched Starrcade 1997 and they know why that bullshit did not work.
Yep. Exactly.
What are we doing? So Orton, as he should, being frustrated, RKO'd Pat. And right when he turns around, Cody catches him with a crossroads. Charles Robinson recovers. Cody pins Orton 1, 2, 3. The match is over. Cody retains. But we're not done.
I'm gonna say you're not done.
Now,
we ain't done.
Now
Continue.
Orton's pissed. Orton beats up Cody. Hits him in the head with the title belt, and then punts him in the side of the head. Apparently, he punted that man so side, Cody's eye hasn't opened since.
Yep.
It was open. It was just puffy.
And then they go off the air with Orton holding the title belt up. The title that he failed to win.
Yep.
Right.
In the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right. So I was mind blown by how fucking ridiculous this was. None of it made any sense.
It did.
The psychology was.
It didn't make any
sense.
We
were already fucked from the beginning with the build up because y'all threw Pat McAfee in there, but then with Orton starts working babyface in the match like he ain't been healed this entire feud. I understand if they're trying to tell the story of Cody because the last two WrestleMania main events the story has been Cody did not have the killer instinct to pull the trigger when he needed to. If that's the story you were trying to tell here, you picked the worst way to fucking tell it. Yes. And it seems to me like Triple H they were trying to give Ari Emanuel the bullshit he wanted and then try to salvage whatever was left after that. Because the second half of the match was good. Once they started to pick it up and wash off the stink of Pat McAfee being there. Yep. And then they went to the finish and then we went straight back to hell again. It was fucking terrible. Like, it's better than the John Cena and Cody match last year because that match was boring all the way through and then had shit finish. But this, it was like 25% better, which isn't saying much, but it was still better. It just didn't make any fucking sense.
This match to me, I do agree with T that it was better than the John Cena match from last year. The build was amazing up until 2 or 3 weeks before Mania when they inserted Pat McAfee into it, and then the build got horrible. We all complained about it, and then the match was horrible itself. So I don't know what TKO was thinking during the later part of the build leading into Mania, but this was horrendous.
This match was built in everything, and they took it and just I don't even know what they did to it. They just ruined it.
It's one of your Wrestle. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's just the worst thing that you can possibly do for a match that has built-in history, that has its own story already made. That you do not have to do that much work to tell because wrestling history told this story for us. You cannot tell me for 3 WrestleManias we have not been hoping for this match.
No, we have.
Cody came back. We've been waiting for this match. Them two in the ring together for the title. Yep. We've been wanting this match since Cody came out as Seth's opponent at WrestleMania 2-3 years ago. And they ruined it in the matter of one segment on SmackDown 3 weeks prior to the match.
It goes without saying, but the match that they had at King of the Ring last year was better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
So it's clear that they can have a good match, but y'all couldn't leave well enough alone.
No,
they had already established a great story. Orton said, I'm hearing the voices, and Cody's like, listen to them. I want to face the real Randy Orton. I want to face you when you were at your fucking worst and most devious.
And we know what Voice 37 was telling him. Beat him to a pulp. Mm-hmm. We are Voice number 37. We was cool with this. Everybody was cool with this. Apparently, I need Ari Emanuel to stop cutting his white powder with Adderall because I feel that's the problem. Because None of this needed to go down. We didn't need Pat McAfee involved. We didn't need Jelly Roll involved because they had to involve him. Because I was saying this before we started recording. Jelly Roll is one of the last people to tell me, someone who has been watching Randy Orton pretty much since he showed up looking like baby Cowboy Bob Orton, how Randy should be moving. We have seen how all of us in this room, in this podcast, have seen how Randy Orton moves. We know how Randy should be moving.
Yep.
Randy was moving correctly the second he snapped on Cody and busted him open. That's how he should be moving for this feud, because this is for him. This ain't just for the title. This is part of his legacy. He know he on the way out. This is part of his legacy. He should be moving the way he did when he won them titles. Yeah, so, Jonathan, if you ain't trying to be the voice of reason, get the show. Go.
It reeked of corporate interference and all that other nonsense, and you ruined the WrestleMania main event that fans were looking forward to, just so you could push your own agenda. And that's
and it didn't even work. It didn't even work because we're not trying to see. Most of the people who were there was not trying to see Pat McAfee there.
It's bad enough that it was a 4-hour show and only an hour and 30 minutes of actual wrestling, if not less.
And
because most of the show was, and y'all heard me say this before, advertisements, entrances, and bullshit.
Yes.
Ad breaks every 5 seconds. If you were watching on Netflix, I was watching the show and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? This was trash. Like, your 3 women's matches, none of them got over 10 minutes. You know, which is especially egregious given the world championship. Like, yes. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair had the match of the year last year over that very title. And then this year, they just hold it because they had to throw in some more ads. We've already got our money. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for us, Sunday went a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
Sunday saved the weekend.
Yeah, it did.
So they kick off, John Cena kicks off the show again. He was like, hey, welcome back, yada, 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 yada. We kick off the match tonight, and this one had me fucking nervous. The first hour of the show was on ESPN2. This had me nervous. We kick off the night with Oba Femi, the ruler, going one-on-one with the beast, Brock Lesnar. Given how the match, how the build-up was before then, Oba had Brock's number the entire time. And usually in situations like that, traditional wrestling logic dictates whoever wins the build-up loses the match. So given how catastrophic that would be, in my opinion, I was very nervous for Oba Femi's prospect. You have a chance to build a major star right here.
Yeah.
All you have to do is stick the landing. All he has to do is pin Brock 1, 2, 3. And that's exactly what the fuck he did.
That match went exactly where it was supposed to go. It didn't need to be a long one. It needed to be a good one. And it was a good one.
I believe the time was 4 minutes, 46 seconds.
And I'm fine with that for this particular type of match.
If you can.
This match did exactly what it was supposed to do.
4 minutes and 46 seconds, yep.
Okay, yeah. So, Lesnar got some clotheslines. He got some German suplexes. Oba hit uppercuts and everything. Lesnar gave Oba Femi the F5, the only F5 he's ever going to eat. Yeah, and Oba, not immediately, but he stood up. He stood up, and when Lesnar turned around, he hit him with the choke slam, popped him up for the fall from grace powerbomb, and it was over 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
That's all they needed to do. Yep. Oba, the way Oba's face was when the referee counted 3, like, you could tell even he was like, I can't believe this is happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. And
like
that was amazing.
I was so hyped about this. I was so excited. I was so happy for Oba Femi, but more importantly, I was so happy for what it means for Oba Femi. Like, this is how you make a new star.
Yes.
This is a career defining performance up until this point. Like we're talking about a man who set the record as the longest reigning North American champion in NXT. He was a 2-time NXT champion. He's already gone head to head with Cody Rhodes. When Brock eliminated Oba at the Royal Rumble, as soon as Oba got called into the main roster, what was everybody saying? Face Brock at Mania. Fight Brock at Mania.
Yep.
So you thought the first sign of that would be at the Royal Rumble. And we were scared because Lesnar eliminated Oba at the Rumble.
Right.
And then there was nothing for them for weeks until Lesnar started handing out that opening challenge on Raw, and Oba popped in, gave him the fall from grace, and pointed to the Mania sign. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yep.
And given how we've been in this situation with Brock Lesnar several times before, where they'll hype somebody up to go fight Brock, and then they'll just get demolished by him. I was terrified of that happening for Oba Femi. So when you see Oba Femi, not only, getting the edge on Brock on TV, but looking strong, and you see the crowd response he has been getting, he's over as fuck right now.
Yes.
Honestly, Saturday made me more afraid for this match on Sunday than anything else. Because I'm like, they can still turn around this Saturday, but then Saturday happened, and I'm like, oh God. So for them to pleasantly surprise me with the way they handled this one, which was the way they should have handled it,
I did call an Oba Femi victory.
Yes.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I did too.
Now what we didn't call was what happened right after the match.
Yeah, the what's after was probably even more newsworthy, and I have my own beef with that, but that's a story for another day. So Brock is in the ring. He takes his gloves off. He takes his boots off. He hugs Paul Heyman. He's starting to shed his own little crocodile tears. I didn't know Brock Lesnar was capable of crying.
Me either. I didn't know he could cry.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have sweat? Wait, what?
So I do want to say real quick, because I know, as much shit as we give TKO, and they deservedly so, I think they did what they did with the Lesnar and Oba match, and with what Lesnar did after the match. I think they played it to perfection. Yes. They please all of the core wrestling fans by having the younger and very popular at the moment Oba Femi go over, but ESPN, TKO, they got their headline that they needed, the social media views that they're going to need from the clip of Brock Lesnar leaving his gloves and boots in the ring. And that was a thing of beauty, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, it was beautiful. Don't get it twisted. I'm not mad at him for it.
Traditional wrestling logic dictates out with the old, in with the new. When the old guard starts phasing out, phasing out, you phase in the newer stars. It's time to start doing that. It's been time to start doing that. Cody and Roman are on top now, but they're not going to be here forever. In the next 10 years, we need to be talking about the Braun Breakers and the Oba Femis and the Trick Williams and the Javon Evans.
My thing is, I don't think WWE was prepared for it, because the way they handled it when it happened and after, they're making it seem like it's questions behind it. I'm sorry, but as you say, wrestling tradition dictates, if you take your boots off in that ring, that's retirement. Y'all saying status unknown, status unclear. What do you mean? You trying to rewrite the rules?
Undertaker did the exact same thing at WrestleMania 33.
Yeah.
And I think where that's coming from, and I don't know how much of it you guys have seen online, but so I wasn't familiar with the I take that back. So I know when a referee throws up an X sign, it's due to a wrestler getting injured in a match or something like that. So I wasn't familiar that when a wrestler throws up an X sign, that's supposed to say that they're going off script, which is something that we saw Brock do. So he threw up the X, and then he laid the gloves in the ring. And by the emotion that we saw with Paul Heyman, which Paul Heyman is just good at his job, so I would take this with a grain of salt. Yeah. But it did come off that Brock did go off script. Maybe TKO, WWE didn't know that he planned on doing that, and maybe he really did retire.
I believe that. I don't believe that he's done. I think he has one more match left in him, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But
and I'll get to it more when we talk about Raw, but there's what they showed on Raw that made me think like it's
everything about Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar was a slam dunk, an absolute win. Like of all the shit that they've done in the last probably several months. This is probably the all around best storyline they've had all year.
Yeah.
And
it was the match I was most excited for.
The bar is in hell. The bar is in hell and digging the trench. In hell.
But at least they did that right. And not only did they do it right, they did it extremely right, which frustrates me because it's like y'all know what the fuck to do.
It shows y'all know what to do and y'all can do it, but y'all
choose not to.
Right.
Exactly.
Y'all choose not to most of the time, and that pisses me off. So that was that. Next up, we have the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, and Rusev didn't get televised entrances, but Rey Mysterio.
It's JD. Who cares?
It's WrestleMania, bro.
Don't matter. It's JD. He shouldn't even be there.
That's not fair. That's not
WrestleMania.
Fair.
Everybody who performs on WrestleMania should have an entrance.
Look here, he shouldn't have been there.
Dragon Lee had them cool ass wings and shit. That would have been dope to see.
He need to get him back to Lyra. Those are Lyra starter wings. I remember seeing them on NXT. He need to get him back to Lyra.
They televised Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Penta's entrance. You know, Ray finally popped out from the floor telling y'all, hey, look, bro, I might be 51, but these knees still work.
Man, look here. Every time he got up on anything in that match, my knee hurt because I'm like, fuck you.
I was nervous as fuck for Ray because he's older now, and he's always one injury. He's always one bad move away from an injury.
Yes,
he's injured constantly.
But he kept up in that match.
So
he kept up in a ladder match. Wow.
Penta's entrance was cool because he had the Shao Kahn helmet on. I was like, all right, Penta, let's see that shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, this was you knew what to expect from this. You expected a car crash with, you know, crazy spots and dives and wild shit. And it
bent a ladder with his neck. After Rey Mysterio landed on him, he bent the ladder with his neck.
Rusev is a freak of nature.
Yes,
he is legit a freak of nature.
Yes, he is. I'm like, and he didn't come back the next night with a neck brace on or nothing. I'm like, huh? What? So,
it was a crazy spot. I think probably the spot that had me the most shook was when Penta he's on the ladder and he hits the destroyer on the JD McDonough onto another ladder. I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
But that ladder didn't sell for them. That ladder was like,
to be honest,
he's selling for y'all to fucking. That ladder,
better that it didn't.
Huh?
It's better that it didn't, bro. Like, I don't think that would have been really fun if that ladder broke with their asses on it.
I felt that ladder was like, fuck JD, I ain't been there.
And I do want to say, because this is contrary to you know, how Remy feels about the guy, but I don't think JD McDonough gets enough credit for what he does pretty much on a week-to-week basis.
At all. He's very underrated in my opinion.
He got a headbutt in his repertoire. Nope.
He's a fantastic wrestler.
JD McDonough he's like the utility guy for Monday Night Raw. You can throw him in any match, he's gonna do good.
So long as
we never expect him to win, though, is the thing. Unfortunately,
we know where he stands in the booking. He's
enhanced jobbing.
I wouldn't say that, but he's a third bit player in the state.
But he's going to give you a great match. He's going to put on a great performance. The match where he got injured against the War Raiders.
Yeah, he bounced off the table. Ouch.
He was still the highlight of that match, even after he had broken some ribs and punctured a lung.
Yep.
The man is still flying all over the place for the love of the game, bro.
I think I saw an interview with that where Michael Cole said that he thought he died.
Yeah,
when he hit that table.
Saying that.
But he still went on. And he was still flipping and jumping and everything. I'm like, JD doesn't
he does not get enough credit. Like, I get it, you know, bobblehead this, bobblehead that. The guy's a talented wrestler.
But he's a good wrestler.
Like, no one's denying he got a big square ass head, but he's a talented wrestler.
That's all I'm saying.
A great wrestler with an enormously large head.
So next you had Javon Evans. He jumps from the top turnbuckle and catches Rusev with the OG cutter off the ladder.
Like I said, that OG cutter that he hit Rusev. Was that Rusev he hit him with?
It was Rusev.
Man, I was praying for my man the whole. I wasn't praying for Rusev. I was
It
praying.
was it was a spot where
you can take it. You good? You can take it.
their timing had to be on point with something like that.
I was praying for Javon. Yeah. Once he took flight, I was like, please let him land okay. Please let him land okay. So, let him land okay, man.
After Javon nails Rusev with the cutter and everything, he tries to climb the ladder. Penta takes him down. Penta hits him with a destroyer, and then I was like, as soon as Penta hit the destroyer on Javon, I was like, yeah, that's the finish. Penta climbs the ladder, retains his championship. I was good on that prediction. I was like, I
was all right with that. Like it would have been nice if Javon won, but I'm not mad.
That's what I was thinking too.
I would have liked to see Javon win as well, but he didn't need it. Penta positionally,
that's what I'm saying. He don't need it right now.
Penta needed the win a lot more than Javon did.
Now what he did need is what happened on Monday, but we'll get to that.
This was another match though that so this one went 15 minutes and 8 seconds. It was the second largest match of tonight. I thought it could have gone just a tad bit longer.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, usually the ladder matches at WrestleMania are usually like around that length, so I had no issue with that.
Right. It wasn't a bad match at all by any means.
My only gripe was that half the guys didn't get televised entrances. I think that was bogus.
No, yeah, I had an issue with that, and I think I said it in our group chat while I was watching it because I was like, I could understand if we're watching Raw and we miss some entrances or whatever, but on WrestleMania, I'm like, there's no reason that everybody who's on the card should not get an entrance that's on our TVs.
That's unacceptable. So, after that, we get
well, real quick, I was going to say, I feel like that's kind of the gripe that I have with them putting those matches on ESPN for the first hour, because then there's constraints because it's on the ESPN network versus
they
the
have
app.
To cut it. They have to cut it short.
Now it's not WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania on TV.
Yeah, exactly, and that really hurt Jacob and Drew and the ladder match because both matches could have used more time,
and they could have been more violent, especially that Jacob and Drew match.
I mean, Jacob and Drew, I think you got a dude eating a Canadian destroyer on the ladder, so
yeah.
I don't know what more you're asking out of a ladder match, bro.
Candlesticks.
I just felt it could have gone a little bit longer, but I know that they had to keep it in a certain amount of time too because it had to switch from ESPN2 over to the ESPN Unlimited.
Yeah. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that AEW shit, bro. Do not start. Do not have your show switch channels mid-match.
Which they didn't do that for Dynasty, and I was very thankful for that.
Thank God.
I'm hoping this is the last WrestleMania they pulled this bullshit on. I get that they were trying to get other viewers in, but there are better ways. And here's the thing: WrestleMania pulls a crowd every year.
Yeah,
stop going for the casuals.
Yeah, I don't even think they're trying to appeal to casuals. This isn't even about what audience they're appealing for. They're trying to make as much money as possible, and they're trying to do that without being a good wrestling company. They don't care about putting out good wrestling. They care about making as much money as possible. So they're going to overcharge the tickets. They're going to overpump their social media numbers. They're going to feed you a whole bunch of bullshit. And they're going to throw a whole bunch of fucking ads at you because they're going to make money off the ad revenue. That's all they care. That's all they care about. This isn't a wrestling company anymore. This is a content company that happens to have some wrestling in
it. Ugh, yeah, you're right. It sucks. But you're right.
It's the age that we're in now. Like, next up, they're, for example, for the next 10 minutes, they're showing a replay of Brock and Oba. They were probably running on about how many hits that made on social media. Mm-hmm. More of that Hulk Hogan fucking documentary. Highlights from WrestleMania Saturday with Randy Orton, jumping Cody after he got the title. Whatever celebrities they got in the crowd, including Rick Rubin, Daniel Cormier, Jameer Gibbs from the Detroit Lions, Joe Jonas, who sang America the Beautiful, I believe he did on the before they started the show.
Yeah, he did night 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So next up, they got Sami Zayn defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams, who still, to this day, has Lil Yachty in his corner.
Lord.
I don't even know why.
Honestly,
why is he there?
Again, another match where I don't remember shit but the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Sammy ran in for the haluva kick. Trick popped him with the trick shot, and he wins the title with, what was it, 7 minutes?
7 minutes and 7 seconds.
Yep.
It was the right finish. It was definitely the right.
It was the right finish.
Oh yeah,
it was the right finish. It was the right result. Just it needed time.
Yep.
Sami Zayn's last 2 matches at WrestleMania had him ending Gunther's Intercontinental title reign and ending the Usos championship reign in the main event.
And I'm a huge fan of Trick Williams. Ever since he debuted on the main roster, I love what they've done with him. I'm glad that he's the United States champion. What I'm upset about is that I'm not going to remember a thing from his first main roster championship, victory where he won the title.
Yeah. I don't remember shit about the match. I'm sure they worked hard and had some good stuff, but bro, I can't tell you shit about that match other than that finish.
Yep.
It didn't have enough time.
And bouncing out of nowhere with the trick shot,
it looked real good.
Yeah, it didn't have any time to. It didn't have any time to stick into my memory. That's a match that could have used about another 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And less Lil Yachty because Trick Williams is not
after that we get more we get another ad break, and then a match that the next match also should have had a video package. It's a street fight. You didn't know it was going to be a street fight until they announced it when the show started, because apparently Adam Pearce made that decision earlier that day.
Yep.
It's Dominic Mysterio, the AAA Mega Champion, though he's not defending the title, against the Demon Finn Balor. So Finn Balor, comes out again. I don't remember shit else about this match. They had spots, and I know Finn. I don't even know how it ended.
It wasn't a good match.
Coup de grace through the table. Dom took the coup de grace through the table.
Yeah, coup de grace through the table.
Oh,
for me, for it to be a street fight and for them to bring the Demon persona out for Finn Balor, it wasn't a good match, in my opinion.
It wasn't long enough.
At least they didn't hold a Demon like they've been doing.
What was it like 10? What was it like 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes and 27 seconds.
And here's my thing: why did they bring the Demon persona? So JD was already in the match, in the ladder match, so he wasn't going to come out to interfere. I don't think the women were going to come out to help.
Did Finn really need the Demon to take out Dominic?
No. It could have just been Finn Balor, normal Finn Balor versus Dominic. Because Dominic was not even that big of a threat to normal Finn Balor for them to justify bringing out the Demon.
They should have had a match already. They should have had a match where...
In fairness, though, Finn got his ass whooped by Dom and JD like some weeks back. So he did, in theory, need, Austin, he did need the Demon to show that, hey, you're not going to fuck with me. I'm going to get you your receipt back. So, in fairness, I see why.
To counteract that, it would have made a lot more sense if they'd already had a match. Where Dominic beat Finn because of the Judgment Day interference.
If this was the third match, but also I'm of the mind where they shouldn't have announced the Demon beforehand. Let him come out as the Demon. Don't tell us he's coming out. Just show him coming out as the Demon. And
if they were only going to do it one match, it would have been great for it to be a surprise.
Cole sell us on the fact of who the hell the Demon is and why he coming out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the part I didn't like about it. But as long as the Demon won, I was fine with it.
Yeah. Finn won. Now we can. I just hope we can move on from this.
We can't.
So more commercials. And then we have the co-main event. It's Jade Cargill defending the the WWE Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. A match that had a terrible build, but at least they managed to have a pretty good matchup out of it.
I thought Jade looked really good.
No, it's not going to rank in Rhea Ripley's top 10, but it was a better match.
However, it's probably Jade Cargill's best singles match since she's been on the main roster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since she's been in WWE.
Yeah.
I think her best match ever was her AEW send-off against Chris Statlander.
Yes.
So this is probably a couple of runs below that.
Also, can we finally agree that Jade's sidekicks are unnecessary?
Yeah, I mean,
Rio came out and iced all of them. I'm like,
that's what they had. That's why we couldn't have Io versus Asuka this year.
Atrocious.
If you don't say so,
they had to have Io run the sidekick. This was a pretty good match. They were hitting out the power moves. Jade bust out the one-winged angel.
Out there too.
Yeah.
That looked good too. That was a good-looking one-winged angel.
Yeah, they called it the sandstorm. When Jade delivered the spine buster to Rhea Ripley and then started humping her during the pinfall, I was like, "Oh, here we go. The Gooners are already having a ball, bro."
Yeah.
Michael Cole said, "Oh, she just hit the sandstorm." Like, motherfucker, I've never seen her hit a one wing angel before to know that that shit is called the sandstorm.
I was like, huh?
Shit.
I was like, what?
I think this was definitely the time for her to bust out something like that, because you can tell she's been training, she's been practicing, she's been waiting for an opportunity like this, and she hasn't been given one throughout her entire reign. Mind you, it was 100 days as champion before she got to defend that title on TV.
Yep.
And she's not wrestling at a whole lot of house shows because they don't have a whole lot of house shows.
Yeah.
House shows aren't lucrative to them anymore. They're making money off these TV contracts and media deals and bullshit. So house shows are unnecessary.
Know, like, I know when she first got to WWE that she was spending a lot of time in the Performance Center. I don't know if she is or isn't anymore.
She probably is.
I thought she looked good in the match, though.
Oh yeah, she definitely looked good in the match. Like I said, Rhea Ripley was probably the best opponent to book her with in a situation like this, because Rhea is A, the top star of the women's division, and B, Rhea is a quality performer. Rhea is a stellar performer. Rhea Ripley, like, it's a lot of people that are mad that Rhea won the match, but like, bro, it's Rhea Ripley. She's the top star of that division for a reason. I'm not one of the people who's mad at it. I had heard some complaints.
I'm tired of Rhea always
I'm mad at it.
I'm not mad she won.
But I think I do think that Jade would have won had it not come out that Bianca Belair was pregnant. I do think that that's where they were heading towards, was Jade and Bianca.
Because then it would be Jade and Bianca together, and then you build that story. Okay, that I could get with. But with Bianca, with them knowing, they probably knew Bianca was pregnant and can't do nothing. They're like, well, there's not much Jade can do with her title reign, and SmackDown women's division needs all the help it can fucking get.
You
can get Rhea Ripley,
and that's why, like, I wanted Jade to win. Don't get me wrong.
I did too.
I'm not insanely upset. I'm not crazy upset that she lost. Now that I see what happened,
understand why they did it.
It's just that, we did not know until WrestleMania Night 1 that Bianca Belair was pregnant. We thought it was just a thing with her finger.
We thought she was on her way back.
Now that all of the information is out, I understand it. I'm not as mad about it, because SmackDown the women's division wouldn't survive with Jade as the champion and Bianca now coming back for a year.
Like, the women's division on SmackDown has been dead since Tiffany was champion a year ago.
Yeah.
Because they booked her as champion. They miscast her as babyface, and then she had a terrible feud with Charlotte, and they just did nothing of note with her for another 6 to 7 months.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because if something is going on within WWE's women's division, and not just SmackDown, if it's happening on Raw, NXT, or SmackDown, that's leading to where last year, like with Charlotte and Tiffany, where it seems like there was real life beef, where you can't do much leading into it, or else they may fight or something. And same thing this year with Jade and Rhea. That stuff needs to be addressed, because the buildup looks horrendous leading into these matches, because they're either not professional enough, or whatever the case may be, to have a brawl without having to worry about one of them legit beating the other's ass or something.
Right.
The thing about that is, I don't think Jade and Rhea had any beef at all. I think they were just manufacturing this shit on Twitter.
I think that Twitter thing got out of hand because Chelsea Green stuck her nose into it.
That could be too.
I agree with that too.
I think it was doing fine without it. And when Chelsea and Piper got involved, which
they went in there thinking it was a shoot, and it made them look bad, because now you're exposing how you really feel about Jade.
Right. And now you might have been ain't your mind about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with you.
But yeah, I will say this: people who complain about Rhea Ripley having the title all the time, y'all don't watch the show. Rhea Ripley has not been women's world champion in over a year.
It's been over a year, man.
Yeah, it's been over a year. She's the top
Lynch has had more
division.
title reigns in the last year than Rhea has in the last year.
At some point, considering she's the most popular woman in that company right now, you need to reward that with a world championship. That's just business sense.
And that's why. Well, I was just gonna say that's why I say.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, no, but I get what you're saying, T, and that's why I'm saying I'm personally indifferent, because, of course, I wanted Jade to win, but Rhea, her title reigns, to me anyway, aren't the most exciting. That's why I was hoping Jade would retain. So that's why, like, I'm indifferent on Rhea winning. Like, I get it because of the reasons we all stated and, you know, what happened on SmackDown.
Right.
But I'm like,
Like, who y'all gonna have her feud with now? Now that she's beaten Jade,
I don't. Right now, it looks like they're doing this thing with God damn it, Remy. Not Toxic Attraction, but Fatal Influence for now. So that's a solid holdover. I agree with BDaMan about the Rhea title reign's not excited because I remember that year she was champion. Yeah. The problem with that is it's the problem with the division. They haven't built a lot of women up in the division.
Yeah.
You've got Charlotte Flair, who's in a tag team with Alexa Bliss. You've got Jade Cargill, who we don't know how she's going to bounce back from this. And you got these new girls coming in.
I think we're going to end up seeing Ripley Cargill too, at some point. I know she wasn't on SmackDown for something with her husband.
That was going to be a backlash. I'm hoping that
I don't think it's going to be a backlash because
I'm hoping the Clash in Paris. What was it? They're having a pay-per-view in Italy in June. I'm hoping they start building Julia up because Julia's half Italian. I would like to see her and Rhea Ripley throw down. I like to see them do something with Julia. Let Julia.
Yes. They have had shackles on that woman since she got called up.
We'll get to that when we talk about SmackDown. But so Jade and Rhea was a good match. It went about 10 and a half minutes. I would like to see some more time on it, but for the time that they got, the action was good.
Yeah. And
Rhea winning the title makes sense to me. It's not the decision I would have made, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So they announced the next PLE is Backlash on May 9th. I believe that's next Saturday. That's about 2 weeks from today.
Have we had any matches made for that?
They haven't announced anything yet, but don't worry. They're going to do that on Raw tomorrow.
Yeah.
So John Cena, he announces the WrestleMania attendance, the total attendance. Miz and Kit Wilson come in and everything, and Miz is like, I want a WrestleMania moment. And here comes fucking Danhausen.
I like this. I can't even be mad. I liked it.
I wasn't mad at it. I ended up being
look kind of cute coming out in his makeup. I'll give you that.
You got Danhausen with a bunch of midget Hausens. And this man drives to the ring in whatever little bitty Danhausen mobile, whatever the fuck that shit was. And Wade Barrett asked, how old are they? And Cole was like 5'5". I hate to.
Danhausen saved that segment. Let's just call it what it is.
It's cheesy, dumb shit, but god damn it, Danhausen is killing it right now.
Yes, he is doing exactly what he is being paid to do.
He is taking shit that we should normally hate and somehow making it funny as fuck. Like
he is. I'm telling you, that's why I think him and Truth need to spend more time together.
So, they come in the ring. Miz is mad and everything. Kit Wilson pushed one of the midgets over, and Danhausen sent the rest of the dog pile on him. Him and Miz get into a little scrap or whatever. I think Danhausen punched Miz in the groin and hit the 5-knuckle shuffle. I'm sorry, the 5-knuckle shufflehausen. And then he celebrates with Cena, and then he's supposed to you're supposed to hear like a poof and he'll disappear. The fucking smoke screen happened, but then he's still there. He starts running under the ring.
It was ridiculous, but it was a good ridiculous. You see what I'm saying?
It was ridiculous, but it entertained me. It made me laugh. Right. Bro.
I was one of the ones when Danhausen debuted. I was like, man, get this motherfucker the fuck off my screen. But every time I see him, I'm like, man, I like this guy.
Yeah, me too. I was right there with you. Like, why is he here? But after like 2 weeks, I'm like, I see why he's here, and it works.
And he's been selling a fuck ton of merch. Like I figured when he left AEW, I was like, he needs to go. Even when he was in AEW, I was like, bro, he's more tailored for WWE. He fit that audience like a glove.
The look on that man's face, even with the face paint, when the poof happens and he's not wherever, the look on his face he's like, just drives me crazy every time. It
was priceless. I understand why somebody would hate it, but I can't do it. It made me laugh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
that's funny.
tried. I tried to hate it. Trust.
Oh my
I got a lot
I
of hate.
tried,
I
but
tried to hate it, but
And then
it works. His
John Cena
comedic
was cracking
timing
up too,
works.
and that made me laugh even more because
Yeah.
Cena couldn't hold himself together.
Cena himself couldn't even hold his shit together. Like, bro,
Right.
it's that.
He was
that
like,
funny.
"Yo, this is what wrestling's like after I retired. Neat. I'm gonna sit here in this corner and laugh my ass off at this."
So next up, we get a video package for the main event, and dead ass the best match of the fucking weekend. Probably one of the matches, probably the match of the year, of the WWE match of the year for sure. But probably going to be in like somebody's top 10 by the end of the year.
I mean, Meltzer already gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about Meltzer.
That's why I said it the way I said it. Trust me,
well,
I don't need
Joe.
You got the main event. You got CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman won the Royal Rumble. He chose to face Punk at WrestleMania. Of course, before, after the video package, but before the actual entrances, we got to see one more fucking ad break. More Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Roman Reigns had his entrance. He comes back to his original tribal thief chief instead of the new remix that they debuted at WrestleMania a couple years ago. And then CM Punk probably had the best entrance the entire weekend. Okay, like I know we was hyped up in the fucking chat when we started hearing that opening riff to Masseria Kantari by AFI.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, we out here playing that Ring of Honor music.
Yeah,
the last time I heard this was when he faced MJF in the dog collar match. And like, if Punk is playing that music before his match now, some shit about to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then the video screens on the stage go black, and Punk is standing there for a moment just basking in all of it because I know he's got to be on cloud nine about this. This is all he's ever wanted, to be in the main event of WrestleMania. And now, like, not only he had last year, but now it's a singles match. It's night 2, which for, the cynical motherfuckers is the true main event. Like, there's no denying this is exactly what he has always wanted from his career. That man can retire tomorrow. He gonna be like, I wouldn't change a motherfucking thing.
Yep.
And he was going in there with somebody who was on his level as far as popularity. Those are the two biggest stars of the company in WWE. Cody Rhodes is there too, but he's on a different show.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, Punk's jacket, it paid tribute to Larry the Dog. His friend, I can't remember what his name was, but he was the guitarist from Harm's Way. He had passed away last month. A couple other people. Harley Race his name was on his jacket as well.
One of them passed away like
one of them was
a
cameraman or something too.
I think a cameraman passed away like the week before.
He was part of the camera crew.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, they was breaking down the names on the jacket, I was like, God damn.
He had on the right side, he had the Puerto Rican flag, which I think it was for AJ Lee, for his wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can tell that he's somebody who likes things, sentimental things, people that are close to him. He's fiercely loyal. He loves the people. He loves his friends. He loves his family. He loves people that are in his life, but he hates his fucking enemies.
Yeah.
And it's
I
like,
relate to that.
As much as it makes him a polarizing figure sometimes, I understand the mentality. I love my fam, but fuck my ops. I get it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm saying.
Yes.
So when the bell rang at 7:54 p.m., for Central Time people, mind you, WrestleMania started at 5. We weren't even a full 3 hours into the show. So I knew with that time going on, and I'm expecting it to be a 4-hour show, I'm like, this is going to go long. But now the bell has rung and the third hour ain't even started yet. So I'm like, is this match going to go an hour? No, it only went like, 33 minutes or whatever, but it was good.
Right.
It was so fucking good.
Yes.
It was cinema.
Minutes, Yes.
Okay. They was hitting heavy. Roman was talking his shit. Okay. Punk was talking his shit back. Punk was disrespecting Roman every chance he got, bro.
I mean,
even with that shitty ass Superman punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a match where you could tell the two guys fucking hated each other. It didn't have no Pat McAfee interference, which I was terrified of seeing. It didn't even have the Usos interference. It was just Punk and Roman, two warriors battling for supremacy. And after multiple finisher kickouts and big moves this and big moves that, and just two guys fighting and clawing for supremacy, old man Punk gave out. You know, he hits Roman with the GTS. Roman falls back on the ropes and then leans back into Punk's arm on Punk's shoulders for a fireman's carry. And we've seen Punk do this spot before. Ironically, with the other two members of the Shield, he's done it with both Jon Moxley and Seth Rollins.
Yep.
And he tries to lift Roman up for a second GTS, but his body gives out. You know, he's old. He's damn near 50. You know, he's been doing this a long time. He's got a lot of injuries. He's old and beaten down.
Yep.
Roman capitalizes and spears him. You know, but Roman doesn't go for the cover. Punk tries to get up and everything, and Roman's like, "You're a wounded dog. I got to put you down now." Roman hits another spear, pins him 1, 2, 3, wins the match. Boom, cinema.
An incredible match. That one,
fantastic match.
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time for that match.
Absolutely. There was a point where Roman hit Punk with the steel steps, and some people was like, "Well, wouldn't that just be a disqualification?" I was like, "Normally I would agree with you, but you really want to hear a disqualification, the main event of WrestleMania?"
Right.
But then it did kind of not make sense when later Punk threw his wrist tape away and then low blow Roman behind the ref's back. I'm like, the ref saw Roman hit you in the head with the steel stairs. You think he's going to give a shit about you kicking that man in the balls?
Right.
But, you know, other than that little logical fallacy, I thought this was fantastic.
Yes.
Hands down, no competition. Nobody comes close. The match of WrestleMania weekend.
I agree.
I don't know if it was better than MJF and Omega the week before, but it was a different flavor of excellent wrestling.
Yeah.
Just two guys, two huge stars battling for supremacy. They hate each other. They want the top prize. It's about, I hate you and I am better than you. And I'm going to prove that I am better than you. And that's what Roman did. It was a clean finish, clean as a whistle. The story being, you know, Punk's old, his body gave out. It's like, I know you want to, the heart is willing, but the body can only take so much. And it's the little things like that catch me when it comes to people talking about storytelling. It's those little moments. You can tell a story with more than just promos and shit talk. You can tell the story in the ring with your facial expressions, with the way that your body moves, with the way that your body reacts to what is happening to it. These are the things that get me so locked in for pro wrestling.
Yeah.
It was just an incredible pro wrestling matchup, and you couldn't that match alone makes night 2 better than night 1. Like it was a tremendous piece of business.
Yep, and it really goes to show that, and I think either you or Mike mentioned it. It goes to show that they really need to go back to one night of WrestleMania, because 2 nights, they don't strike on both nights. Both nights aren't equally good. It's usually night 2 that ends up being way better than night 1, and it's been that way since they've started it.
I don't agree with that, and the only reason why is because their roster is too big to put people on one night Mania, and I don't want another one of those 7 or 8 night WrestleManias. One of them 7 or 8 hour WrestleManias. Like I'm good.
No, I agree with that too. But they got to figure out how to equally make both nights good.
They need to balance these cards out. There's no excuse for having three women's matches on night 1 that went less than 25 minutes combined. Like, there's no need for that.
And a whole ass women's title is left off the card.
Yeah, like y'all, there was only 7 matches on night 1, 6 matches on night 2. You know, night 2 had a little bit more wrestling, but the show still was ads, which is probably the most egregious thing about it.
So I'm just realizing something. I'm looking at, I know we covered both nights, but I'm looking at everything. SmackDown, which is the longer of the 2 shows between Raw and SmackDown, they only had 3 matches between both nights that were strictly SmackDown stars. They had Rhea versus Jade. That was the only SmackDown match. Oh, I'm sorry. They had Rhea, Jade, and they had Trick and Sammy on night 2. But on night 1, so I'm sorry, they had 4 matches out of a total of 13. Out of 13 matches, only 4 of them came from SmackDown.
Wow!
And you can't include the women's tag team titles because that's a mixture of both.
Those are tri-rated.
Yep. Yeah. So the longer of the 2 shows is doing so bad that they only get 4 out of the 13 matches.
Because SmackDown
they don't care what's going on in that show. That show is unimportant as fuck.
I swear they don't.
They don't.
SmackDown is getting worse every single week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that. So WrestleMania Night 2, not the best WrestleMania, but better than Night 1. I mean, Night 1 was just fucking
like
terrible.
We said, the bar was in hell, and they digging a ditch.
Like WrestleMania Night 2 at least gave you
the top Night 1.
Sunday. You got Oba and Lesnar. You got the Intercontinental Title triple threat. You got Jade and Rhea, and then you got Roman and we got company.
Yeah, we got Nick in the house.
Hey, Saint Nick, welcome to the party, my boy.
Santa!
What up?
What up?
Hi, Santa!
Nick.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
We just finished talking about WrestleMania Sunday.
I will say that by the end of the year, I do agree with T. I think that by the end of the year, we'll still be talking about Roman versus Punk, and I do think that's going to make some lists as far as that's a match of the year candidate. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we ate good with that one, and then AEW tried their hardest to top it with Darby and Tommaso Ciampa, and god damn they tried. That was a good match. I thought that was a good match. That was a fantastic match. But so that we had that, and that so that went down. WrestleMania Sunday was obviously better than Saturday, but the problem with the show overall was the ad breaks. It was way too fucking many.
I swear it was. Like, it's almost as bad as watching something on YouTube.
The only matches that even got video packages were the main event. So if you're somebody who doesn't watch wrestling all the time, you're not even gonna know why these people are fighting. That's what those video packages are for.
Right.
I understand it for you didn't need one for the Usos and iShow speeding them. Nobody but Stephanie and Liv Morgan definitely needed them. Rhea and Jade could have used one. Seth Rollins and Gunther absolutely needed one. Trick Williams and Sami Zayn could have got one because that's a feud that's been building for several months.
Yeah.
And then AJ Lee and Becky Lynch should have had one. And Oba
and Brock, like each match needs to do all you're going to say is I think they need to go do maybe 15 minutes per match or something. That's what I've been thinking.
Yeah, we were just saying that before you got on.
It was 2/3 ads and it was 2/3 ads and entrances, and only about a third of it was actual wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Several of the matches didn't get a whole lot of time, didn't get enough time to tell a proper story. And it sucks because then when people see that person had a bad match, you blame it on the wrestler. No, sometimes you blame it on the producers, on the booker who doesn't give them enough time to go tell the story and have
the writer.
Right.
Yeah. Like y'all talk all this nonsense about how we tell stories, and then a good chunk of your stories either suck, drag on forever, and then you have no fucking payoff.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the most egregious example of that later in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody got anything else from WrestleMania, or are we gonna start on Raw on 420?
Okay, I can start my opinion on the WrestleMania.
Let us know, Nick. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let's say Nick talk about it.
Okay.
And turn that camera back on so people can see what we don't look like.
If you know, you know.
Yep.
Okay. Well, my opinion with WrestleMania night, it was terrible. The matches didn't last long. Like you said, too many advertisements and then longer entrances. And actually, they could have done better as for the producing and the writing. And night 2, they stepped up pretty good, in my opinion. You got to start with Brock Lesnar and over Femi, even though they don't have to have a 15-minute or 20-minute match. So it was right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
and actually,
you
that's why I love.
Yeah.
Yes, and then with the Roman Reigns and CM Punk, even though to me it's more like a match of the night to me because it's a story that tells. Because Roman Reigns and CM Punk did voiceovers from the Zootopia movie sequel. What they call Zebras.
Oh yeah.
Roman did make a joke. Did reference that in one of them promos.
Yeah, he said Zebras or some shit.
Mm-hmm. I remember hearing that because I didn't know what it was.
Violence. Yes, I recommend to check out that movie. It's kind of funny. And then back to see who else got a match on night 2.
Trick Williams,
Rhea Ripley, and
okay.
Trick and Sammy had a match, didn't they? Yeah. Their match was on night 2.
Yeah, they did.
We had night 2 had Oba Brock. It had the IC ladder match. Trick and Sammy, Rhea and Jade, Roman and CM Punk. There was one that I'm missing. Because there was 6 matches.
There was 6 matches.
Did you cover?
The Demon, Finn, and Dominic.
Yeah.
Finn and Dominic. Okay, so what y'all thought about the return of the Demon, Finn Balor?
I didn't think
it would have been a lot better if it was a surprise.
Or or they could have done.
It would have been better if they just didn't announce it and he just pulled up.
Yeah.
Good to see it, and it's about time for the Demon to win something because he ain't won a match since the last time the Demon won was in WrestleMania 35 in 2019.
The Demon has lost 3 matches now, right?
Yeah, 3. Samoa Joe at NXT TakeOver the End, Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules 2021, and Edge at WrestleMania 39.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot that he lost to Joe.
I did too.
In NXT.
Yeah, that was his. That was pretty much his. He only had one more match on NXT before he got called up to the main roster. It was a great match with Shinsuke Nakamura. If you get the chance, go back and watch that.
Okay.
And that's when.
And in the Jade Cargill match and Rhea Ripley, I said that really shouldn't win that match, to my opinion.
That's fair.
I mean, they should have given like a big upset.
You thought Jade should have got the dub?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fair. I think that's the one that's more up in the air than any of the other matches.
Yeah, I think so too.
I didn't have a predict. I bet on Jade, but I didn't confidently bet on Jade.
Yep, I understand.
So.
Yeah, so actually that's all my thought for WrestleMania night, because hopefully we'll see what happens on next year, because I don't know where they're going to have it here in Saudi or they're going to relocate.
Boy, if it's in Saudi Arabia, we are in for a rough time.
They seem pretty adamant about having it in Saudi. I know Nick Khan has doubled down, we ain't listening to social media, we having it in Saudi. From what I've seen, he's doubled down. He
wants that sweet Saudi money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He wants that sweet Saudi money.
You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah, so next up, they was Raw was on Monday. They kicked off with Oba Femi, and he basically just pulled a Roman Reigns, at WrestleMania after WrestleMania 33. Except instead of getting booed for 10 minutes, Oba was getting cheered for 5 or 7 minutes, and then all he says is, "The ruler has arrived," and left.
Mic drop.
I mean, don't need to do nothing else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you had to do.
He made a statement. That's it.
That's all you had to do.
But that does lead me to, I want to know, with Oba doing the seemingly impossible, being a black dude beating Brock Lesnar on the biggest stage at WrestleMania, what would y'all have? Yeah, what would y'all have Oba's first program be following something that big? Because I don't think you can just put him in some little feud after something that big.
Now, before WrestleMania, I would have said send him after Penta in the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
However, after WrestleMania, I wouldn't do the match right away. I believe you can make that a SummerSlam main event. But put him in Roman Reigns for the world title.
And this is what I've been waiting to talk about. I don't know if y'all watched the post show, but both Oba and Roman had stuff to say
about each other.
Yeah. And then I'm like, man, especially here in Minneapolis, I want to see that at SummerSlam. I'll sell my damn leg to see that match in person, y'all. Oba and Roman has to happen at SummerSlam. That's fucking big.
So here's what I was thinking, and let me know what y'all think, because it's clear that Oba he needs to be up near the top somewhere after beating Brock. So we'll talk about what happened with Roman later in the night, but we know that he's not going after Roman right away. At least I can assume, or I think we can assume that.
Right.
What about having him go into a feud with Gunther?
That's what I was thinking. After everything that happened, that's what I was thinking was next. Because here's the thing: if Brock is no longer viable, Heyman can tap that well again and ask Gunther to handle this problem because he needs a bigger problem solver. The only other thing I can see that Heyman might do is send Braun Breaker after him, but I don't see that happening because Seth is right there.
They're not.
So that's where I'm
Braun
like,
Breaker. There's no reason to do that match yet. But there will be in time, but not right now.
I think that Oba has to piss off Heyman a little more. That's why I say I don't see that happening. I think Gunther's gonna be that.
I think the Oba and Gunther idea is a great idea. It's a great way to hold Oba over until he challenges Roman for the title at Mania.
And Gunther to me is the only viable option because you like him. I know they teased or did Oba had a match against Rusev or something before Mania at some point, right?
Yeah.
So him going from beating Lesnar at Mania to fighting Rusev again, nobody's gonna give a shit about that.
Right.
He needs to go against somebody that's near the top of the card. And the only one that I can think of that's not involved is going to be unless he goes after Jey Uso or something who's tied into Roman.
I got something that probably help with that. Okay, so check this out. All right, so let's say Heyman's pissed about Oba retiring and Brock Lesnar. He sends Gunther after him. Gunther tries to fight Oba. Oba beats Gunther. Gunther is pissed. He's mad at Heyman for getting him in a match with Oba Femi, a match that he has now lost. And now he's ready to take out his shit on Heyman, but then he's like, you know what? You owe me a favor. Where's Brock?
Yeah, see? That'd be a good way to go about it. Yep. I think that Gunther has to be Oba's little fill-in before he goes after Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody else on Raw that can fill that void with Oba. And truth be told, Gunther is going to need something to do before that also. Might as well put them against each other.
All I know is I don't want Oba to beat up Dragon Lee no more.
I don't think we're going to see...
He didn't ruin that man's whole life. Remember,
I don't think we're going to see Oba against any of those guys.
Remember,
I think at this point...
He took the North American title from Dragon Lee. We don't need him to do nothing else to that man no more.
Good callback.
We don't need him to do nothing else to that man no more. Keep Dragon Lee where he at and far away from Oba Femi. That's all I'm asking you for, Raw Writers Room. That's all I'm asking.
I almost forgot about that, crazy enough. That seems so far back.
Because he passed that contract in on him and took that man's belt in 2 minutes. And I'm still crying to this day for that man.
He dominated. It's crazy how Oba Femi's trajectory has been over the last 2 years. He dominated the NXT Breakout Tournament, immediately won the North American title, dominated with that championship throughout the year, and then after he loses it, he comes back, he wins the Iron Survivor Challenge, he becomes NXT champion like 2 weeks later, holds that title all year, loses it to Ricky Saint, comes back a couple months later, his first match back, beats Ricky for the title. A week later, he's fighting Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night's Main Event, and then at the start of the year, he defends the title against Leon Slater, retains it, and then he vacates it, gone from NXT, makes his main roster debut in the Royal Rumble, and then 3 months later, he beats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Like, dude ain't been in the game that long, but look at that resume.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy who you can make a lot of money with. All you gotta do is stay the course. Don't be on no hesitation 50-50 bullshit. No. This is one of them guys, you give him that Brock Lesnar push. Yeah. That same push they gave Brock when he popped in 2002.
Put it on Oba. Yes.
You pass that shit to Oba Femi.
Agree.
Because you need a guy like that.
Yep.
Right.
And he's the only one that fits that bill right now. He is the only one that fits that bill right now.
We haven't seen anybody in over a decade that we can, with 100% certainty, say, hey, strap that fucking rocket on him and shoot him.
Put the rocket on him. Shoot him to the fucking moon, bro.
Yes.
Shoot him to the universe.
Absolutely.
Shoot him to the universe.
Now, here's another thought, and it ties into Oba still. I know that he's, before he was kind of in between Raw and SmackDown, but he's definitively on Raw now. Now, if you wanted to give that man a world title, like, right away, sure, he could do it over Roman at SummerSlam, if he wins King of the Ring or something. would it have been better for him to go over to SmackDown and do it against Cody, seeing as they've had a match against each other at Saturday Night's Main Event and he performed so well?
Wasn't that match interrupted by
Drew? It was interrupted by Drew.
So I feel like he need to beat up Drew first.
Yep.
I would
sign me up.
And that's just me not liking Drew, but also it makes sense. You interrupted my first big match on the main roster. I got words for you.
And you know what?
With your crybaby ass.
That would be a nice alternative feud if Oba and Gunther didn't work out. Give us Oba and Drew before Oba moves on to Roman. That'd be another backup feud they could easily go with.
If Punk moves to SmackDown like I expect him to, then Drew's probably going to move to Raw because Drew cannot stand Punk, let alone being on the same show with him again.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So I personally wouldn't do that. So next up, and another reminder of how we got robbed at WrestleMania of this match, Asuka does a video package where she's saying Io chose her fake family over the real one because tonight it's Io and it's Io Sky and Rhea Ripley against the Kabuki Warriors, which now serves as the Kairi's last match.
This hurts because this, like you said, this is Kairi Sane's last match with the company again, and
Asuka's been bullying Kairi for the last. We'll get into that. Anyways, the match was pretty good. I like the spot where Kairi went for the insane elbow. Rhea was standing outside the ring. I know that landing sucked, but it looks so fucking cool. Eventually, it ends with Rhea hitting Kairi with the Riptide, and Io hits the over the moonsault. So Rio gets the dub over the Kabuki Warriors.
And then they finally give them proper closure and they break up. I know Kathy Kelly
get to that later. So next up, Penta, Adam Pearce is, giving Penta, he's congratulating Penta on winning at WrestleMania. Javon Evans walks up, says he wants to be, he ain't going nowhere. I'm still gunning for your title.
Mm-hmm.
And, here comes Ethan Page. All ego pops up on Raw. Getting his NXT call up, and he made it clear as day. He's like, I want the Intercontinental Championship. I don't need no second chance.
I'm still mad about their first feud. I'm still mad about that feud with Javon Evans and him.
I'm starting to get mad every time a black person loses. Which, fair.
But that feud was disrespectful. That man broke his jaw.
He broke his jaw twice.
He broke his jaw and menaced him afterwards.
But Javon eventually got his revenge in the street fight.
3 weeks into that feud, I'm at your house. I'm at your house. I'm at your house. I'm knocking out somebody's teeth.
Remy ain't finna take no 6 months to beef with you. No, I'm settling this shit today.
Not if you're talking about my jawline. No. I don't even have a pretty jawline, but I'm gonna protect it.
As soon as I'm out on that hospital, it's eye for an eye, bro.
As soon as they say I can go home with painkillers, I'm going to his house. I'm gonna have a baseball bat in one hand and some Vicodin in the other hand, and we gonna work this out.
Yeah,
we gonna work this. I'm still mad about that feud, but to be fair, I understand why Ethan Page needed to win that match. It's his first night on the main roster. I figured he was gonna win that match, I'm good with it. But I need him to stop picking on Javon.
Yeah, for real.
Hold on, my fella. You're kind of jumping the gun yet. Okay. So, anyways,
you should have been here earlier, Nick. He was on one.
Oh my God! So that sets up the match. CM Punk comes backstage. He comes out to the ring. He acknowledged, he talks about, his loss at WrestleMania and everything. He's got a lot that's been going on. Larry, he lost a couple of his friends, including his dog. He's lost big and all that other good jazz. He's gotten through losses before and stuff like that. Loss is nothing new to him. It's part of life. He said he wasn't supposed to be world heavyweight champion, which was true. He beat Gunther, but then he got cashed in by Seth Rollins, but then he beat Jey Uso when Seth got hurt.
Yeah.
So, it was weird how he was saying, I'm going to stay ready because you never know when a championship opportunity will fall out of the sky.
Yeah. And then his music.
Enter the undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes pops up.
Him and his
with his
eye
eye
can talk for itself now.
With his eye all kinds of fucked up after Randy. Bro, that punt was mean as fuck.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I'm willing to bet Cody told Randy, hey bro, you better lay that shit in.
Well, Randy did try to briefly check in on him after, so Randy definitely laid it in.
Cody, I bet you Cody told Randy to lay that fucking punt in, bro. So he's like, he's over here, they're having their little talk. Cody's like, you standing here looking like a loser. You don't think you should be feeling like a loser. We some friends. Cody's like, if you ever want a shot at the title, just say when. So they're clearly teasing a match between Cody and Punk. Now, when that match is going to happen is the question. Because it's going to happen. It's a match that we've, again, like Punk and Roman, and Cody and Punk, I'm sorry, like Punk and Roman and Cody and Orton, Cody and Punk is a match that, people have been wanting to see ever since both of them were in AEW.
Here's hoping they don't fuck it up.
I think that's probably your next WrestleMania main event.
If
Either
not
SummerSlam or
WrestleMania. If not one of the events, one of the bigger tentpole events going to WrestleMania.
If not Mania, then probably SummerSlam.
Right. Just don't fuck it up.
Yeah, because I noticed there's some little tense moments, even though a lot of respect towards each other. I mean, like you said, like that could have happened at AEW one time. Since Cody left, and then CM Punk has now was signed with AEW.
I'm sure they wanted to do it at some point.
Right.
So next up, Finn Balor does a vignette. I already beat Dominic Mysterio. Now I'm going to beat JD McDonough's ass tonight.
Fair.
So they go for the next up is the Ethan Page and Javon Evans. I'm sorry. The funniest part of this match is when Javon dives over the top rope and he's like, "We outside!"
Right.
Bro,
I swear he is a joy to watch in the ring.
I love that
because I
kid,
feel like
man.
he loves being there. Not a lot of people.
He's a fan. He's a fan living his dream. He's a little he'll YN.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell how much fun that he's actually having doing this. Like
I said, he's a YN Javon.
And then on top of that, like he's good. He's so good. Not just like doing the flashy high spots, but he understands psychology and the little things.
Yes.
Like he is very good, I'm sure the kid's gonna bulk up some in a couple of years. He's gonna be a major star.
Just keep him away from
he's already on his way.
Just keep him away from Kofi Kingston. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
So Ethan the match comes out when Rusev tries to interfere and Javon punches him out of the ring. Paige catches him with the twisted grin, gets the W. So Rusev comes in. He's beating he's beating Javon Evans' ass. Here comes Penta running down for the save, but Rusev just starts fucking everybody up because Ethan got in the way and stopped the save. So looks like we're looking at maybe a fatal 4-way for the title, maybe at Backlash.
Yeah, got to be Backlash.
Penta, Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Rusev. I like the match. The match was good. Ethan Page got the W, so that's a good way for his first day on Raw. I know he's been waiting a long time. We've been saying for a while that he needs to be one of the call-ups after WrestleMania.
Yep.
Right.
I think we were on the money with most of them.
Actually, I feel he should have been there months ago. Same with Ricky. I feel like they should have been
like
there.
Javon said, I mean, I know he's going to be a star for a long time, so I hope they're not going to screw him over. Because like I said, he's living the best life, and actually he's kids they're going to love him so far, mostly overseas. Yeah,
I think Ethan Page is your next Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
I agree.
can definitely see it.
Yeah, because he has the championship caliber, even though he plays a heel. Of course.
It probably won't be if the Fatal 4-Way happens at Backlash. I don't think it'll be there, but I do believe Ethan Page is your next Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I saw her around either not at Backlash, but maybe somewhere around the summertime, possibly SummerSlam.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe even probably even sooner than that.
Yeah, probably.
I'm thinking probably sometime in May or June, maybe even whatever pay per view they have. Then
we don't even know the next pay per views is
The
coming
Night
up.
of Champions. What else they got from the June and July?
They got Night of Champions on June 28th, and then they got this one show in Paris. I can't remember what it's called. Not Paris. It's in Italy.
I think they're gonna call it Clash in Italy because they've been doing that. They've been changing the Clash locations every year.
Yeah, they got Clash in Castle, Clash in Paris.
Right, so I think this is gonna be Clash in Italy. I'm almost sure of that.
Next up, here comes the Judgment Day. You know, the new Women's World Champion Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, who's still AAA Mega Champion, JD McDonough, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez. They over here talking they shit. Liv is like, this is my ring, my division. Liv won the title. I agree with that decision because she's a good heel and she's with the Judgment Day behind her. She's an obstacle to overcome for the next big baby face. Speaking of next big baby faces, Liv is interrupted by Sol Ruca.
Hey.
Who isn't being presented as a baby face. She's being presented as a fan of Liv Morgan.
Sol Ruca, okay.
I don't like that.
So it looks like
I don't know about that.
Yes.
Sol Ruca is I don't know. I can't agree with that.
She didn't have to come out and praise Liv. That was
unnecessary. That's a babyface behavior. That's you know what you did pretty good, but I can beat you though.
Mm-hmm.
See, she didn't say
it's
that.
Not like she was just, she didn't say it at first, but she said it's not like she was just glazing her. She did eventually challenge her to a match.
That was after Liv got in her ass about interrupting her. So it's like
even if she did, she still challenged her.
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay to be nice for a couple seconds, bro.
Nah, not really.
No, I don't think so.
Checks out.
I don't believe in kindness. I believe in beef.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you for voicing my soul. Thank you for voicing my soul. Thank you. I appreciate you, my brother. You understand the assignment.
Oh, Lord.
Just because it's not your assignment, but you understand the assignment.
So they have a back and forth, and it leads to an impromptu matchup. So Adam Pearce is like, hey, you know what? This is the biggest Raw of the year, and we're gonna have a non-title matchup. So it'll be Liv Morgan against Sol Ruca. So match was it was pretty good. I do remember there was one point where Sol hit the Soul Snatcher on Liv. Liv rolled out the floor
and slow as fuck.
Yeah,
that was the slowest roll out the ring I've ever seen in my life. She was taking her time.
Soul came to Roxanne and Raquel with the Sasuke special. That shit looked great.
Yeah, it did.
The crowd was getting into the match. It was a good match. Zarya came in and beat up Soul.
All your hearts because y'all still ain't over the breakup.
Man,
damn near destroyed her with that spine buster on the floor.
I was so happy when Zarya pulled up. Like, that's right, because you ain't done, ma'am. You ain't done.
Zarya to me is that stud that beat up her ex-girlfriend for cheating on her.
Bruh, and y'all say I'm bogus? Damn.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
You gonna break my heart, bitch? I'm gonna break some bones.
Okay, y'all. That's it for me. I'm about to get off this because I get ready to start my shift.
All right.
Appreciate you stopping in, bro.
It was great for you stopping in, big dog.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you stopping in.
I'll catch you on the my little rant.
All right, sure, bro. Catch you in the chat later.
But yeah, so Liv wins the matchup. You know, she hits her with Oblivion, gets the dub. And then afterwards, Stephanie Vaquera comes out and they just stare at each other. So it's clear as day that there's going to be a rematch between the two. Hopefully they get more time. She was staring at that lump on her head
that's still there. She wasn't staring at her. That's why I say, put a goddamn smiley face on the lump, because that's what she was looking at. Because she was like, I'm going to give you a matching one. Next time, I'm going to give you a matching one. I'm telling you, they don't let me write for them. I don't peace. Fuck peace. My favorite rapper, Tupac, said it. Fuck peace. What?
So they had a couple people in the crowd. Fabulous, Maino, Davies, Jim Jones.
Fuck Jim Jones.
Who cares? I swear to God, Netflix be stroking the fuck out of them. Like,
Yeah.
Like it'd be like, we got here's our list of stars in the audience.
The Vision is in the ring. They got Paul Heyman with the still World Tag Team Champions, Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Paul Heyman, gives
Henry
he gives a shout out to Brock.
Whatever.
He gives a shout out to Brock, and then Logan Paul gets the 2023 Dominic Mysterio treatment, where fans are booing him so fucking loud you can't hear a word he's saying. So he's over here talking about how I Show Speed is a weasel, and he's tired of these YouTubers invading the business. Which
are you a YouTuber?
That's what got me. I'm like, really?
Really? The hypocrisy.
That's what made me turn it off.
That's what made it funny to me.
I actually walked away from my TV for like 10 minutes.
It makes me sick to my stomach to say this, but that was clever because it got heat.
Hey, it made it funny to me.
He didn't need the heat. He already got heat.
It made me sick to my stomach to have to praise Logan Paul for something, but that was good.
Like, well,
so
you a better man than me.
Basically, is Paul Heyman's talking all everything. He's like, hey, you know what, Gunther, thank you, I appreciate you. Whenever you want that favor, I got you, big dog. So then that brings him into him welcoming Braun Breaker back to Raw. So Braun Breaker's like, hey, look, we got shit to handle. Seth Rollins, I'm coming for your ass. I'm taking your ass out. Seth Rollins sneaks in behind them. It's crazy how it's 4 of y'all in the fucking ring, and Seth Rollins still somehow managed to sneak attack you niggas.
Right. So how is it 3 wrestlers in the ring, and he jumps y'all? How?
Seth comes in with a chair, smashes it against the back of Braun Breaker's head. Clear the lip of the chair had to hit his head because he was leaking after that shit.
Yeah, and I didn't catch that. I mean, Vitia got on all of us for not paying attention to that, but I didn't catch it initially.
It looked pretty nasty. So the Vision is all beating down Seth Rollins, and to come to his rescue, it's the Street Profits.
Hey,
we ain't seen the Street Profits
to be fair, I'm happy that the Street Profits are back on TV and they doing something. That means they want them belts. Cool. I'm happy with that. Yes, I'm still mad at Montez Ford, but I'm happy that the Street Profits are back on TV and they want them belts. Cool with that. Let's go. Why you gotta help Bum Activity though? See, they finna be in 6-man tag matches with Bum Activity, and I don't like that. But if y'all if this results in getting them belts away from them two and putting them on the Street Profits, I'm cool with it. But yeah, Montez Ford is still a ruiner.
Crying.
I do think that's what we're heading for the Street Profits to win the tag titles.
Yes, as they should.
Somewhere in the near
because
future.
Who the fuck else is gonna do it?
Yeah,
I mean, you're not wrong. Here's the thing: the Vision should have had the tag belts a year ago when they had a actually good, solid team that was a tag team that wasn't whack like Logan Paul and Houston Hypotenuse.
Okay, hang on. Before you continue, if Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed win the titles, who do they defend them against?
Look here, I didn't say that people was gonna beat them after the fact, because that's the same logic as when Kane and Undertaker had the titles. Who's they gonna defend them against?
But Kane and Undertaker had an actual tag division to compete against. They had the Hardy Boys, they had the Dudley Boys, they had Edge and Christian, they had Too Cool, they had
they had DDP and Canyon. They defended those at SummerSlam.
There were actual tag teams over there with some credibility.
They defended them against Chronic at Unforgiven 2001.
Who do I think can take the bronze? Nobody. I don't want nobody to take the bronze. I'm the one who begged for that team in the first place.
You did.
I begged the wrestling gods for that team. I might even sacrifice the chicken that I didn't tell y'all about to get that team. Okay?
I'm all for a dominating team, but you have to build up another team that's going to eventually take them down.
Okay, go do that.
It's not a good narrative. You just have one dude.
I know they suck at doing that, but go do that. Look here. And then they could have had the Usos losing to them consistently until they found a team that was going to beat them. Look here. All they do is
really want to watch a Oh, hang on, hold on. Remy, we've been complaining about watching the Usos versus the Vision for the last 9 months. Now you saying it would have been better because at least they
would have been worth
it. They would have been tag title matches.
If they would have been worth it if they had the belts, because otherwise
it'd have been okay because they were tag title matches.
3 times of y'all fighting them and y'all getting y'all sneakers taken. I don't understand. Your boss character is getting his shoes took on a weekly basis, and ain't no belts on the line. Go sit down. You ain't winning his shoes back or nothing. Go sit down. That was me in 2025. Every time the Usos pulled up on the Braun,
there's text evidence.
You ain't rescued not a sneaker, not a shoelace, not an aglet, and you still coming for them. And ain't no belts on the line. Go sit down.
I'm over here fucking dying, bro.
Oh no!
I told you I was mad. You thought I was bullshit. I told you.
Okay, look, back to the segment. So the Street Profits pop up. They brawl with Paul and Theory. That leaves Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins in the ring. So Braun Breaker is still gushing blood at ringside. Rollins super kicks him, goes for the stomp. Breaker counters the stomp, spears his ass down. Takes his shirt off, steps on Rollins' neck, rips his shirt off again, and said he never needed his sorry ass, and he spears his ass again.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Braun Breaker, bloodied as fuck after getting hit in the back of the head with a chair, beat the hell out of Seth Rollins anyway.
I agree with this because
I do too.
Bum activity.
Yes.
I'm still mad what Seth beat us last year.
Me too.
Okay.
It set up two things.
I'm with you.
It was successful in that it set up two matches.
Well, Bryce is over here on this side, but the point is, I taught you how to hold a proper grudge. See, I can teach all of y'all.
Yeah,
you understand.
I mean, Remy, I'm just saying, if a nigga bust the back of my head open, yeah, it's on site for you too.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, fair. I mean, I'm not mad at Braun for what he did at all. Like, you should have got him.
No,
even if he didn't bust his head wide open. Why you here after I killed your sternum? You want me to kill your sternum again? Cool. Let's go. I'm gonna make you go buy another one. I'm gonna make you go to Amazon once you get in the back and order a new sternum.
There is no peace in this man.
No, there is not. So I agree with Braun Breaker.
All right, so the segment succeeded.
I need him to spear Montez Ford for me.
No, we going too far now. We really
going too far.
Back to the task at hand. Back to the task at hand. So the match succeeds in two things. Now you have the Street Profits back. They're clearly gunning for Logan Paul and Austin Theory. That takes care of your tag titles. And then you got Rollins and Braun Breaker continuing their story. Good. We achieved what we needed to achieve there. So next up, JD McDonough gets a video package. He talked about him and Finn Balor. They were family. Finn Balor we loved is dead. I'm going to whoop your ass tonight. Yada, yada, yada. They'll give JD and Finn Balor video packages before their match on Raw the night after, but they won't give Finn and Dominic one at WrestleMania?
Right. That's stupid.
Right.
I agree. That was dumb as hell.
Oh, okay. So anyways, they have the match and everything. Of course, it's a good match, but, Finn Balor won.
Yay.
Dominic attacks Finn after the match and everything. Finn fights back because baby faces are unstoppable. Hits Dominic with the shotgun drop kick. He goes for the coup de grace, but JD pulls Dominic out the way. So
yeah,
we're continuing this.
Why?
I don't really know why. The Demon already won. So what more do you have to?
All right, what more do you want? You want the Demon to jump JD too? I mean, what are we doing with this? The Judgment Day should have been over 2 years ago.
It should have. It's run its course.
But I don't know about over with, but
at least let the
Dominic and Finn Balor.
Let the women take over and get the men up out of there, because this is
they pretty much have. The men in the Judgment Day is a tag team now.
Ugh.
So backstage, Jackie Redmond's interviewing Gunther. Gunther's he's feeling good because he won at WrestleMania. The dude was has coming off of 2 Mania losses. He finally got himself a W. So he's about ready to go back and get the World Heavyweight Championship. Here comes LA Knight, and he's like, you know what, Gunther, you beat Seth Rollins, but you know what, so did I. So they're looking to have a match soon.
Did you see his version of Steiner Math?
It ain't good.
His version of Steiner Math was so goddamn stupid. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, it was.
LA,
it's
LA,
like,
and that's 2 L's, and this is and that's more than 1 L. Then because everybody's saying L, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Look, he gonna eat an L either way. LA Knight is not beating Gunther. So next week they got Becky.
Yeah.
So tomorrow on Raw, they promoted Becky Lynch is going to be on the show, and there will be a concert by Joe Hendry, who is now a full-time Raw superstar.
Which means he finna get jumped. Because one concert Joe Hendry has ever finished without getting jumped.
TNA can.
TNA can. WWE
NXT
can.
Yes.
NXT can't.
Yeah.
Hell, he just had one 2 weeks ago where he got jumped.
Yeah, fucking Keanu Carver's bitch ass.
No, that is we got Obafemi at home. Say his whole name correctly.
He said, "We got Obafemi at home, bro. I'm hollering." But yeah, so that they got that. Next up, they got Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. They're giving their hugs and kisses goodbye and all that other shit. I do like how when Rhea walked off, Liv Morgan was like, "I guess I'll see you around," and Rhea's like, "I'm looking forward to it," because they had their long-term beef, and I'm like, you know what, good callback.
Right, yeah, ain't no love lost there. Like, I hate you too. Still, cool, bye.
Yeah, so after that we got the main.
Also, Liv and Rhea can't have no peace, and you cool with that. But when I can't have no peace, I get yelled at.
I mean, I'm just saying they acknowledge their beef.
Make the lack of peace make sense.
Oh my God, is that who I think it is?
Is that who I think it is?
Is that him? Is that him?
Did he finally pull up while I got a camera?
Yeah, he did. He ain't here yet. But
so he's the one with no camera now. Is that what we saying?
Yeah, that's
diabolical.
What? How am I diabolical? I'm evil. There's a difference.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fucking fun to watch.
Oh yeah, this is a fun one.
So we get to the main event. Roman Reigns, the new World Heavyweight Champion, he arrives in his truck and everything. He's heading to the ring. He goes in there.
Yeah, he better run.
We miss you, Joe. So Roman.
We do not.
Roman's over there talking. Oh wait! Oh, are we gonna run it back?
Hey,
Jake
forehead and all.
Oh,
shit! In the house.
He finally pulls up. I was beginning to think he didn't like us no more. Honestly,
I miss doing this, man. Past couple weeks has been fucking draining, man.
I feel you, man.
Yo, Bryce, how long is it gonna take you to notice? Shh.
Yo, how was the podcast today, man?
We still doing it.
Right, we still live.
We're live, motherfucker. We're live.
All right, to you viewers out there, I'm back. Sorry I've been gone the past couple of weeks, but life is lifing, so I'm all right though.
Okay, right. Elton Jr.
Yeah, so we already talked about WrestleMania. We're just not talking about the main event on Raw.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm keeping that in there, by the way, Mike. I'm keeping that
in there. Yes.
Oh, Elton Jr.
And y'all say I don't have peace. Y'all say I don't know peace. Y'all,
the man has shown
are bogus.
Oh shit!
You finally realized it. You didn't watch last week and see his face reveal.
I was going to watch it last week, but like I said, life's been lifing, man. But good. I get to see the surprise now.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
Man. Absolutely crazy behavior. So they so Roman's in the ring, Las Vegas acknowledge me, yada yada yada, CM Punk, yada yada yada. On his way to the ring though, he saw the Usos in Gorilla and they went to the ring with him. So we about to get our bloodline soap opera.
Oh man. I ain't ready for it to happen.
We don't need them back together.
We don't.
So, Roman's like, hey, I miss this. I miss hanging with you guys. I miss doing business with you guys. This is us. We come back together. Nobody can stop us. Yada, yada, yada. Jimmy Uso's like, you the OCT. You the OTC. You always the tribal chief. We the ones. Yada, yada, yada. Now, of all people to interrupt them, I did not expect it to be Jacob Fatu.
Me either. To be fair, me either.
I'm glad they did that.
Number one, Jacob is on SmackDown, but nobody gives a fuck about the brand extension.
No, right. Nobody cares about the brand.
That's like out that the window at this point.
Whatever.
So Jacob goes to the ring. He stares at Roman. He's like, I don't want that title. I need that title, okay? I don't want the tribal chief. I don't want to be the tribal chief. I want everything the tribal chief has. I need the deals. I need the private jets, the Rolex, the vehicles, a better house, a bigger house, better school for my children to go to. I'll do anything for my family, even if it means I got to go through you. So I want to challenge your ass at Backlash. All gas, no brakes. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And that's very relatable.
So the crowd,
I really like that he did that.
Yeah, it's like I don't just want that belt. I want what that belt can do for me. I want the power that comes with that title. That belt means a better life for my family.
Everybody should want that.
It makes Fatu a relatable character.
I'm not mad about it. Go
and
get
they're telling a good story with it, because I don't know, Jay, he went over to SmackDown and he was like, why did you have to go get a whole nother family? Why'd you have to go get Jacob? And Jacob is always viewed as an outcast compared to the rest of the bloodline, the initial core bloodline. And this is like still tying into that in a way. Yeah. Because Jacob is the outside guy. He's the outside guy. Yeah. So he's like, I want what you got, what you were able to achieve.
He's the black sheep of the family.
Yeah. Because Paul Heyman was the one who brought up criminal records. Just saying.
I mean, we already knew, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, Roman responds, he's like, yeah, I feels you on that, I want you to have all them things too. Maybe you can beat me, but the question is, can you handle the burden of this championship? It's like, if you can't beat me, can you handle the burden of the title? Because if you can't beat me, can you handle the burden of having to acknowledge
Roman if he loses?
Right. Good line. He's like, I don't think I'm gonna give you the rest of the week to think about it, but I don't think you're ready. So I'll see you next week, little cousin.
I feel like that was Roman's way of saying, I'm think about your decision.
It was a little anticlimactic. I'll admit it, but
I wasn't expecting much from that the night after Raw.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And I will say, I think I was listening to Busted Open earlier in the week, and I think Dave LaGreca had a good point. Why on earth would Jacob need to wait another week? If he already knows he wants to challenge Roman, why is it positioned where Roman's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a week to think about it?
Because he's gonna face Jay or Jimmy next week, and Jimmy the other one the week after, probably.
Probably. It's so stupid though. It's like, just give us.
I think Roman had a point where he was just like trying to, hey, look, this is his way of saying that he cares about him. I don't want you to take this beating. Because remember when Jay challenged Roman the first time? Roman was like, hey, look, bro, I love you, but I don't want to do this to you. I'm gonna let you know now, if you try to come after my belt, I'm going to fuck you up. I don't want to do that to you because you're family, but I will, because this is my championship. This is how I take care of us. I can't allow anybody to take that away from me, not even you. So we're probably heading into a new season of the Bloodline family drama.
Yeah.
I really like this Jacob though.
It was an okay episode of Raw. Nothing special, but they did push. They got some call ups. They're pushing a couple of new stories. They're pushing some interesting direction. They're continuing with some stories that should be done. They're continuing with, like Dominic and Finn Balor.
I think my biggest issue, and it has to do, I know we're all excited to see Jacob versus Roman, and I know Roman is going to answer the challenge tomorrow night. But SmackDown is struggling as is, and Jacob is one of their bigger stars. So, like, pulling him away from SmackDown over to the Raw side so he can feud with Roman, I think is a mistake.
Especially if they haven't put anybody back on SmackDown to take his place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are. At least I feel they are.
Who, Punk?
Who did they send over there? Because they didn't send CM Punk.
Well, I won't say they're taking anyone away from Raw to put in this place. I'm saying they're putting Ricky Starks over there. Or Saints.
Ricky Saints is not going to be challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship.
Not yet, anyway.
Not ready anyway.
I wouldn't be calling that a fair. I wouldn't call that a fair exchange. Like, if you're going to send Jacob Fatu to Raw, you have to send CM Punk to SmackDown.
Yeah, but I think Punk gonna take a few weeks off before he go over there.
He needs to.
Yeah,
he wrestling full time, and at his age, he's more than deserved it.
And also keep in mind, he has had multiple injuries since he's been back, hasn't he?
No, he only had the one injury that he's been healthy since he's been back
in the Rumble. But
Yeah.
he's been powering through ever since he came back from that injury. So yeah, let him take a few weeks off.
So
I don't have a problem with that.
I have
a problem with him showing up 3
that.
times a year, which he don't do. I'm cool with him taking some time off after this. This was a big deal for him. Let him chill for a bit before he pull up on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just that, but like with Raw creatively, what else is there for CM Punk to do? He's already feuded with Roman. He's already feuded with Seth Rollins. He's already feuded with The Vision. He's already feuded with Gunther. He's already feuded with Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
What else is there? What else is there to do other than run a rematch with Roman that he's not going to win?
Right. Kayla says hi, everyone.
Hey,
what's up?
What's up?
And Theory sucks. I am contractually obligated to say that in the podcast.
You're not contractually obligated
to my daughter.
No, you're not, bro.
This man is diabolical.
Look here, look here. When you get kids and they ask you to do something, you do it.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. If it's not against the law.
Well, maybe that's why I don't have kids.
See, there you go.
I'm an uncle. I can hand them little niggas back.
Yes. See.
Yeah. Exactly.
Trust me. That is the beauty of being an uncle. You can get them back at the end of an hour, 2 hours. See, I raised a daughter, so I can't give her back. I give her back to her mama, but then her mom be like, "Come get your child." So
No, but
and now she's gonna be fussing at me because I done mentioned her on this podcast. There we go.
So yeah. So now we didn't talk about WrestleMania. We didn't talk about. We didn't talk about WrestleMania. We didn't talk about Raw. It's time to talk about the elephant in the room.
Elephants. It's a whole herd of elephants with what they did Friday.
22 elephants to be exact. Now,
yes.
Every year they do this, and as soon as they start bragging about somebody that made record profits, Nick Khan and talk about how he made $25 million over the last year, you already know what's coming. There's going to be some budget cuts.
And I feel like they could have waited a week after that WrestleMania Night 1 bullshit they put us through, because I was still mad about that when I read this list. Man,
they didn't wait a whole damn week. They said it's been real, 6 days since.
It's been fun. Good luck. That's what they did.
I hate that we got zero closure with Kyrie and Asuka. No closure to that. That was a big waste of our time for like a year.
Yeah.
We gonna
closure.
I got the list up. We're gonna go through it. They canned the entire Wyatt Six.
Yes.
And
Bo Dallas.
I saw that coming.
Bo Dallas, Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, Rowan, Nikki Cross. That they had that street fight on SmackDown last Friday, and that was it.
Which was the third time they had that match.
Yeah.
It sucked.
That feud pissed me off. That feud pissed me off. But I feel like they are misusing anybody with more than 2 people in their faction.
The feud dragged on. It was never entertaining. They were feuding over a fucking lantern for most of it.
Right. They did nothing interesting while on screen.
And that's not even what started the feud.
And on top of that, the Wyatt Six they were only booked properly for like 3 months. And then they lost to the Final Testament, and it was off the rails from there. They were off TV for like 6 months after that.
Why was anyone losing to the Final Testament is beyond me.
Yeah.
They lost to the Final Testament, and then the Final Testament got fired half of them got fired like 2 weeks after that.
Yes.
At least the Authors of Pain won their last match.
I don't think WWE wanted to do that to begin with.
I swear, they are misusing every single faction that has more than 2 people in it right now.
The Wyatt Six had to go. The one they let go of Alba Fire, Slajan A, who said on Twitter, she said Kaylee Ray would batter Alba Fire, so I know she ready to get back in the game.
Oh yeah, she probably
she got her old name back and everything.
She's probably going to reunite with Isla Dawn and AEW. That would help their women's tag division.
Yeah.
Or she could just work the Indies or TNA's Knockouts division. Like I like Kaylee Ray. The sky's the limit for her. So the one that probably made me mad personally, well, the third most one that made me most mad was Zoe Stark.
Man.
Yes. She literally just got cleared.
Yeah.
She literally just got cleared.
I don't agree with that.
Zoe Stark got injured on Raw last May. She fucked her entire knee up. Like you remember the match? You saw what happened. We don't really need to go into much detail.
Oof.
She went through all that. She went through surgery. She went through all that rehab. She just got cleared a couple of weeks ago. She doesn't even get a chance to return to television.
Right.
You did all that to get back in the ring, and before you can even do anything with it, your future endeavor. We got nothing for you.
Yeah.
Man.
At this point, I'm convinced the only reason she didn't go when Sonya and Shayna got let go was because of her injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you, but there's some people. There's at least one person on this list that was still injured when they let them go.
Yeah, and in fact, we're going to talk about him next. Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar has a torn bicep right now. He has several injuries he's dealing with.
That's another one I don't agree with.
In the last 5 or 6 months, didn't they?
They went through all that shit last year. His contract expired last year, and they went through all that shit to re-sign him. Never brought him back to TV, threw him a whole bunch of money, and then stuffed him on AAA.
Yep.
He got injured in January. He's had a couple of surgeries, and he's got a couple more injuries ever since. He is still injured, and they fired him.
Even though they're covering his medical, I thought they were going to keep him. I thought he would at least stay at AAA or something where they could have
That's what I thought
too.
That's what I thought also. But they got rid of him. The one that pissed me off the most, and I think it's the one that T is about to mention, Aleister Black.
Aleister Black
and Zelina. That one pissed me off the most.
This is number 2 on my list. Aleister Black has pinned in the last 2 months both Sami Zayn and Randy Orton.
Oh no, I know what number one is.
Major championship matches. He has defeated both Sami Zayn and Randy Orton in singles matches on SmackDown within the last 2 months.
Ain't this
I am convinced. Yes, I am convinced he was going to be the original. He was going to be the original voice in Randy Orton's head before they gave that bullshit to Pat McAfee.
And I don't know how much truth there is to it, but apparently he left AEW on not so great terms. So there's people that don't want him to go back to AEW.
Tony didn't want him working singles, and he got tired of that. He got tired of doing the House of Black shit.
Okay.
And Tony wouldn't let him do anything different. I think the deal with Aleister Black is ever since that back injury, he's not been the same performer.
Yeah.
And he's getting older.
Not a lot of people want to take that much.
I wonder if that's what they're getting at with him. You know?
Yeah, you're older, and you've had an injury that has diminished your in-ring ability. Like Aleister Black in 2026 is not Aleister Black in 2018.
Yeah.
Right. No.
Aleister Black in 2018 was a fucking beast. Yep. He's not that same guy now.
I'm gonna just say it. I might not be watching SmackDown because Zelina gone.
I missed a big chunk of SmackDown, and I wasn't even too mad about it because this is the same thing that happened last year when they started releasing everybody. It was right before SmackDown. They do it
every year, right after WrestleMania. They always do this.
Year.
I just wish they would have waited one goddamn week to let me get over that bullshit night one. That's all.
But they did it last year on a Friday, right before SmackDown.
Yeah,
and I was so pissed that I didn't watch SmackDown last year. On this same date or around the same time.
They almost always do it.
On the show. I don't
before
understand
these
that.
people are supposed to go to work. Like, what?
Like, Zelina was pissed. She got mad at Sean Ross Sapp for reporting it.
Yep.
I'm on the fence about that one. The reason being, Sean Ross Sapp is a reporter. As soon as he finds out, it's his job to report it. Now, if she's mad that he got that information, he didn't get it from her. He got it from somebody else within the company. If anything, I'd be mad at her. I'd be mad at TKO for firing me. B, I'd be mad at TKO for because Triple H didn't even have the balls to call me. They sent TKO to do it. Right. And C, I'd be mad at whoever the fuck leaked that info to Sean Ross Sapp instead of himself, SRS himself. The man's just doing his job.
So I am curious. Do y'all think that Triple H is the one that chose? Do y'all think Triple H is the one that chose who they were going to cut?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Ari Emanuel don't know. Ari Emanuel and them TKO brats, they don't even know who the fuck these people are. They just know that we need to cut.
Right. I agree.
We need to cut some costs. and Triple H has to figure out how to do so.
Apparently, though,
Zelina said
on her stream, though,
number to work with, he has no choice. So if he has, that's a tough spot, man.
He needs to cut the bills, and it's his choice on what bill to cut.
And apparently, Zelina said on her stream that the call came from TKO. It didn't because ordinarily it would come from WWE, and apparently she got the call from TKO. So
I mean, as someone who has been let go from them before, she knows how this works.
Exactly.
So apparently, they've changed the process.
Where some of these contracts close to expiring, that's another factor at play. Like
I bet you none of them were.
So I don't know if they use that to determine who to cut.
Yeah, we'll get to Kyrie in a second. Before her, it was three other people on the main roster. Apollo Crews, who I'm convinced the only reason he didn't get cut in 2024 was because he got injured. And then the one that probably didn't surprise me at all was the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, they really did nothing with them. And it pissed me off that they did nothing with them.
The crowd didn't take to them at all. They were getting no reaction.
The crowd did not take to the Guns at all.
No. I think the last match they had was on WWE World against Fraxium. I actually watched that. That was the Friday right before Mania. So literally not this past Friday, but the week before.
Wait a minute. Johnny Gargano is still there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I'm surprised he was not in this wave.
Me too.
I'm surprised he didn't
do anything. I'm shocked too.
He has literally done nothing. He has been on TV doing nothing.
I'm surprised that they let go of. I'm surprised they let go of Motor City Machine Guns and kept Gargano.
Yeah, Gargano's contract is probably coming up in a couple months.
Yeah.
For them, it wouldn't make no fucking difference because they got to pay him 3 months anyway.
And what about Los Garza? Los Garza is still there too?
Yeah, they're still there.
Los Garza is still on the roster, but they're in AAA.
Well, they're in AAA, but they still have them on SmackDown because they had them on SmackDown like a week or so ago.
Yeah,
that's kind of bizarre to me too.
Lions still on the roster. We need
she has not been let go. We know.
I don't think. Well,
we know.
A travesty.
I don't think that's going to happen because now she's a part of LFG.
Twerk Team 1 is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Every couple months getting demoted.
But see, here's the thing with LFG. Chris Island was released. I think he was a part of LFG.
Tyra May Steele.
Right.
Tyra May Steele won season 1 of LFG.
Yeah, but fuck her. She just trumpy.
By the way.
Serena Linton, though.
Wow.
But I'm saying, isn't Nikita Lyons she's slated to be on this season of LFG that's not been released yet, right?
She's on the show.
But the thing is, though, here's a little kind of nick in that theory. Serena Linton was supposed to be on LFG, but she just got released too.
So I don't know who that is. To be honest, I don't know who that is, but that doesn't make sense to me.
That show is
those are the NXT Dante Chen, Andre Chase, Tyson DuPont, and Tyreek Igwe, Malik Blade. I have no idea who Trill London is. Luca Crucifino was doing pretty well with the family. They're gone.
I think Trill London was part of LFG as well, I think.
Not the last time, so
I forgot he was still there.
Remy's like, I didn't even know he was still there.
Luca's been in the hall.
After the D'Angelo family broke up, he got sent to Evolve.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the family storyline?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they brought him back in for the end of the family storyline.
Yeah. And it was a triple threat. Tony won between him, Stax, and Luca, and that was all.
Right. And I'm like, why you bring him back in? Like, what the fuck?
Now, to get into the biggest elephant in the room, and the one that made me mad more than anybody else on this list combined, Kairi Sane.
Hey,
Man.
Everybody could agree with that.
Who was at the center. She was at the center of a storyline that had been playing out on television for over half a year now. A storyline that we will now never get a payoff for.
Right. So now Asuka just gonna go bully somebody else.
Mind you, the Raw before WrestleMania, Kairi pinned Io Sky in a match.
Yes.
They couldn't put Io versus Asuka on WrestleMania and have that story pay off. But then they canned Kairi 5 days later.
Easily could get him at least 10 minutes.
They can chuck an ass ton of Hulk Hogan. They can chuck an ass ton of Hulk Hogan interviews in there.
Yo, no one fucking cares about
no one asked for.
They could have had Asuka right off Kyrie at least if you're gonna let her go. At least have Asuka right off.
It feels like last year's cuts and this year's have gotten to me more than any other
Asuka
cuts of every year.
And let Kyrie go, and that would have been her send off.
Yeah, it would have still sucked, but at least they paid the story off.
Right.
And that's why I'm wondering, like, part of me is wondering, did they really, like, okay, why was Alistair, Zelina, and Kyrie, I guess those would be the main three, that actually had stuff going on? Like, why did they end up getting cut?
They're probably the more expensive contracts.
Especially Alistair, for sure.
But they were doing stuff. That's why I don't get.
Expensive. They don't think they're worth it.
Because I'm like, and like I like Tama Tonga, but Tonga Loa, JC Mateo,
look here,
Tala Tonga, I don't see them lasting long term.
That whole ass is nothing but generic tropical fruit versions of people we already have on the roster. I don't understand why they still have them.
Hold on, think about this for a second. Aleister Black, Kairi Sane, Zelina Vega, they've been in the biggest business for a long time. They were each on their second run with WWE.
Yeah.
They're not coming back. They're not coming back if they're not making big money.
Yeah.
They're not going to come back to make chump change.
That's true.
Especially when Tony Khan will throw you millions of dollars and sit your ass on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Those were expensive. Those had to be some expensive ass contracts.
And Triple H
realizing that he had to
let them go.
And that's another reason. This goes to show that TKO doesn't give a fuck about the fans because people were invested in the Kyrie and Asuka storyline. We were waiting for Kyrie. We were waiting for Kyrie to defend herself.
Yes.
TKO was hinting.
What Kyrie Sane is?
Man. Alistair had been bumping heads with everybody at the top of the card on SmackDown.
Yes.
And it looked like they were going to start doing something with them post-Mania.
He beat two people at the top of the card in the last month.
Yeah.
And you going to release him?
And it was for nothing.
TKO told WWE that they need to make budget cuts. Triple H, if he's a smart person, needs to make those budget cuts while cutting the least amount of people as possible. How do you do that? You take out the most expensive contracts, the ones that you feel aren't worth what you're paying for them.
Yeah, he's probably given a number, and he has to do whatever it takes to get to that number. So hard decisions.
The ones that were probably the more expensive ones were probably the Wyatt Six, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, whatever the fuck they paid Santos Escobar, and Motor City Machine Guns.
The old veterans,
Because otherwise, if they'd have been cutting people lower on this totem pole, this list would have been a whole lot longer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. That's just a fact of business.
But Nikita Lyons is right there.
Right.
I mean, she probably ain't getting paid much, which is probably why she has the thirst trap on Instagram all the fucking time.
Hey, real quick, y'all, because I know we're about to start into SmackDown. I do have to jump off. I got something to handle with the grandkids. So I'm going to catch y'all in the group chat.
I appreciate the dog.
All right, big dog.
I'm gonna fight the fight for us, bro. You go ahead. I'm gonna fight the fight for us.
All right.
You carry on the hate.
I'm here to cover for you. Just do your thing.
Down with Montez Ford.
Oh God.
Yeah.
My thing is,
it sucks that it had to be like this, but unfortunately that's business. Like when you need to make some budget cuts for whatever reason, you try to take out your biggest expenses. And I'm willing to bet some of these guys were making some high six-figure money, and they weren't doing shit with them. If Motor City Machine Guns, let's say they're making, let's say the guns are making probably like $300 to $400 grand a year.
I think
and you're barely using them on television. They're probably making more than that. Why would you keep them on the roster?
They're like 20 years veterans. They're making more than that for sure. There's no way
they're not taking no. That's what I was saying about Alistair and Zelina and Kyrie and them people. These are people who have been in the game for a long time. They're not desperate for a job. They're not taking a low ball. If you're going to sign them, you're going to pay top fucking dollar.
And there's
at the same time, that top fucking dollar Yeah. If I need to save $1, then you're probably going to go first because I'm not doing anything with you. Why am I paying you all this money?
And with the developmental system, you're always going to have people coming in and out, and this is part of that process. Tricking them on coming in.
Look at all the call-ups they just had. When some new people come in, some old got to go out.
Yeah,
and it's going to be casualties. Unfortunately,
it's the nature of the business,
we understand the why. We just don't like the process. I mean,
it sucks. I'm not happy about anybody losing their fucking job, but unfortunately, this is business. No. This is life. This is how these things go.
Right. Yep.
So
but these athletes are lucky. They're in an era where there's opportunities for them everywhere. They're gonna find work quickly.
Yes, because remember, 10, 20 years
still
ago,
want to wrestle.
It was
the people who still want to wrestle, and more importantly, the ones that are good at it are going to find somewhere to go. Kyrie Sane's phone is probably blowing up as we fucking speak.
Oh yeah,
if you have that WWE clout, you're going to get booked quick. There's no.
I'm sad about it, but I'm not worried about them. Put it like
that. I bet you the Motor City Machine Guns they're gonna pop their ass back up in TNA probably by the end of the year.
Hell,
probably.
I'm not even worried about Nikki Cross because Nikki Cross didn't she graduate from college recently?
Yeah,
she got a degree. So she can go into her field. She cool.
And she's been, mind you, Apollo Crews has been there for a decade. If he's good with his money, he probably don't need to do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
That man will make a main roster.
I still feel like he gonna pull up on. I still feel like we gonna see him on TNA.
They can use him. So. They can use some more bodies there. I wouldn't mind that. So
but yeah. So it just sucks. So now that's that with the releases and everything. Now we get on to SmackDown. So SmackDown kicks off with Jacob Fatu in the ring. He talked about what happened Monday with Roman Reigns.
And this segment pissed me off.
It's same. The Usos came to the ring and they're playing good cop, bad cop. Jimmy being the good cop, Jay being the bad cop.
I mean, that's the way it's
Jimmy's telling him, he's like, I know you want to upgrade your family, but Roman's trying to upgrade the play. Cody Rhodes is right there, bro. Go get his title. And Jay's letting him know, he's like, if you're gonna come at Roman, you better look him in the eyes, bro. I like the good cop, bad cop dynamic they were playing.
Jacob has no problem.
Jimmy's trying to keep everybody. Jimmy's trying to keep them all together, but Jay is ready to crash out at any minute.
Yeah, as always.
Yeah.
And then the segment goes to hell when the fucking MFTs come out.
God.
Yes. Like, why are these guys a thing still? And why are they getting involved in this?
Because Jacob needed somebody's ass to beat tonight. So Solo comes over here. He's talking about
life anymore, so they gotta do something.
He's like, Jacob, you can't beat Roman on your own. If you're gonna beat Roman, you're gonna need an army. And I got one right here.
Man.
Oh man.
So Tamatonga's over here like, how's Jacob gonna beat Roman if he can't even beat Solo? Which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, damn, Jacob is 0-2 against Solo.
I like how Tamatonga's asking the right questions though, like low key.
Yeah, he's the only one in the group that's asking the questions.
Jacob
that look like,
he has common sense. I love it.
Jacob ain't like that shit, so he super kicked Tama, and Solo stopped JC Mateo and Tonga Loa from doing something about it. So he gonna beat Solo. He gonna beat Solo tonight. So they set up your main event, which begs the question: if you have to make an impromptu main event, what was the original schedule? What was the original main event plan? Like, do Nick Aldis plan SmackDown?
Probably not.
Probably not. Or he'd be like, we'll figure it out when we get to the arena. So they go backstage. Kathy Kelly is talking with Julia and Kiana James. Julia is rightfully angry she was not at WrestleMania.
I mean,
Kiana's like, I tried to get you at WrestleMania, but we'll beat Tiffany.
Apparently not hard enough.
She basically said my mouth game ain't enough to get you at WrestleMania.
So they had a little bit of an argument. And then after Julia left, Kiana looked at Kathy and was like, I don't like the questions you ask. They create tension between us.
Right. They finna have a match in a few weeks. Cool.
Next up, Julia's defending the Women's United States Championship against Tiffany Stratton. This was a pretty good match, but Tiffany won the title. I don't really have anything else about it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't got nothing for that one.
It's a thing that happened.
After that, Danhausen popped up at the Miz's house, getting in his pool, fucking with him, and all this other shit.
I appreciate Danhausen for doing this.
Nonsense.
Like, I love it. See, here's the thing. I love
Nobody
when people
loves
turn
home
heads.
invasion like Remy.
Look here.
Checks out.
Look here. When Dexter Lumis was doing it, amazing.
Yep.
So with Danhausen doing it now, I'm like, this is comedy gold. I love this.
Yes.
Keep going. Keep going, please.
So,
no peace for this man.
Danhausen's in the pool. Miz tries to get at him, but Danhausen dodges, so Miz dives into the pool. So Kathy Kelly's interviewing Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany's like, I felt like I was the runner-up. Now I'm not the runner-up in the Royal, because she was the runner-up in both the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber this year. Damn, she's straight 2024 Liv Morgan. But tonight she's the new Women's U.S. Champion. Yada yada yada. Brie Bella comes out. Paige comes out. They're in the ring with the new women's tag titles.
Oh God.
Paige is like, hey, my voice hurts, but this is still my house. Yada yada yada. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss come out. They get to talking and everything, and then we have a tag title match. I mean, it wasn't a title match. It was a non-title matchup. Anyways, the match barely does anything, and Fatal Influence comes in.
No.
JC Jane attacks Paige. Here comes Laney Reed and Fallon Henley.
We knew this was coming.
Oh,
they beat everybody down.
We knew this was coming. We didn't like it when we said it was coming weeks ago. But to be fair and honest, SmackDown needs all the help they can get. I just don't like that it's her.
I don't either. I truly don't.
I'm not a fan of JC Jane either, but this is what SmackDown needs, and it's a good move for her.
See, but I don't feel the hatred in your soul, sir.
I don't hate her. I just don't like her.
Same difference.
It's not.
It is.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
Nobody told you to be raised by good Christians. Nobody.
Now see,
I mean, did you say nobody told you to be raised by good Christians?
Yes, that's what I said.
Lord.
I can't breathe. Oh my God.
So, okay, here's what gets me, though, about Fatal Influence. And my wife actually mentioned this when we watched SmackDown. I'm surprised that not as much that Fallon came with, but that Laney Reed came with. Because she's only been in the business for quite some time. That too. It's only been like a couple years or something.
Laney had only gotten to NXT about last June.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her first match already on the main roster. How much is are they gonna let her wrestle? Like, what?
I'm sure they will. I think they only sped her up because she had to come with the group and they needed to replace Jasmine Nix. I'm pretty had Jasmine Nix still stayed with the group, it'd be her up here instead of Laney Reed.
Yeah, which would have been a disaster.
Yes.
Yeah, because that girl had no business.
Look here,
she was being in the ring.
I'm telling you, she's the only one that was stiffer than Planky. I swear.
I think it's a good call having Fatal Influence in there. If they want to make an impact, you go after the tag team champions.
I guess.
Yeah. So next up, Cody Rhodes comes out and he over here talking his shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into everything.
No. His eye was talking his shit because that's what it looked like it was doing the whole time he was there.
God damn it, Remy.
Like, you saw it. It was like, I'm the champ.
He said, you're 0-3. Send your best, count your money, and mind your damn business.
Yes.
Yeah.
My QB1, baby.
So,
and his eye.
Backstage, Solo Sikoa's talking to the MFTs. Tala Tonga's not there. Solo wants JC and Tama to get the tag titles. Tama's like, well, what? Tonga Loa is like, what about Jacob Fatu? And Solo's like, don't worry about Jacob. I got that. I'm going to teach him about this. Yeah. Teach him about the lesson.
Whatever. Bro.
So next up, we got the WWE Tag Team Championships. Damian Priest and R-Truth are defending against JC Mateo and Tama Tonga. If you want any further, I can't think of any further proof that SmackDown's tag division is dead. Like, look at that.
I mean, you not
what are we
wrong.
doing with this one?
The most excitement we have seen in the tag division on SmackDown was the tag team turmoil match they had to determine the number one contenders. That was the most excitement we've had in a year.
Mind you, The SmackDown after Mania last year was the TLC match with the Street Profits, DIY, and Motor City Machine Guns.
Man,
one of the matches of the fucking year.
That match hit so hard, and that match should have been on WrestleMania again.
And look how far the mighty have fallen.
Man,
yes. I'm telling you,
the guns are gone. Ciampa's gone. The Street Profits are on Raw, and Johnny Gargano is planking.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And they had to bring back Los Garza and Son Towing Company.
I mean, they're solid wrestlers. Just they don't do anything with them. So anyways, Priest and Truth win. They retain the titles. Who gives a shit?
I mean, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I barely remember that match, to be honest.
Danhausen is back in Miz's house.
I don't remember who got the pin. I remember the match happened, and they won. I don't remember how.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can tell you.
Danhausen is back at Miz's house. He's playing golf, indoor golf. He takes one of Miz's Slammy Awards. Once he leaves, he sees Maurice, and Miz throws a bowl of cocoa powder at Danhausen. Of course, Danhausen dodges, so Miz gets all that cocoa powder on his wife. And then Danhausen runs off on a kid's bike.
There's a very bad Coco joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to even look for it.
So,
anyway,
Trick Williams,
again, Home Invasions are my favorite. You're right. Keep going.
The new United States champion, Trick Williams, comes out with both Lil Yachty and the Gingerbread Man.
Lord.
The Gingerbread Man is not my favorite, but continue.
Lil Yachty says now he is permanently Trick Williams' manager. How did we get here?
Is unnecessary, unwanted. No request was ever put in for this.
None.
Who did this to us? Who?
Y'all.
Name. I want their name because I want them in the same match. I want Jiminy and Montez Ford in. I want their name.
Braxium can't buy airtime on SmackDown to have a meaningful storyline, but we got fucking Lil Yachty on.
Right.
Trash.
For no reason, because this man does not need a manager.
No.
I was okay with him there for about 2 weeks, but every week, no, nigga, we not doing this. I don't care how much of a fan you are.
Look, I'm not a fan at all. So
Trick Williams does not need you. Trick Williams is perfectly fine with his lemon pepper steppers.
If anybody on that roster doesn't need a manager, it's Trick Williams.
Yes.
It's Trick Williams. So they start doing their comparison: Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, Mike Tyson and Don King, Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson, yada 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 yada.
Oh God, yeah.
They
talk about Quincy Jones. You don't get your ass.
The Gingerbread Man beats both their asses, and of course it's Sami Zayn and the fans
when
booing
that happened, I jumped out of my seat. I was so goddamn happy. I'm like, take the mask off, Sammy. I know it's you. I don't care. Long as you beat
I think it was Sammy. I was like,
what's crazy about that segment is they booed Sammy, but that was he was being a babyface as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, and he was backing people up when he left.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Royce Keys is back. Royce Keys is backstage. He's got his Andre the Giant trophy. Solo Sikoa said, I gave Tyler the night off, but there's always room for you and my family. And I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely.
Hell no.
There is nobody else like Royce Keys on the roster. Y'all only employ tropical copies of other people. Leave that man alone.
Yeah, let him be.
Leave him. Get him away from the Solo vortex as you possibly can.
Anyone who feuds with Solo does not end up better afterwards.
No, they end up fired. That's why I'm scared for Jacob.
Jacob's gonna be fine. But so next up they got Danhausen versus The Miz. We've had two vignettes of them doing shit at Miz's house. Now they're having the fucking match. So Danhausen comes out in the Hausen-mobile with Miz's Slammy Award on it.
I appreciate he made that the hood ornament. I appreciate that. I was like, yes, good job. Good job. You are a professional troll, and I appreciate you for your work.
Ultimately, Danhausen wins with Danhausen shenanigans, and then
that was a shenanigan match. Yes.
Yeah, he does the smoke shit
again, and doesn't go anywhere. I'm like,
yeah. So okay. After this, I was more happy than perplexed that Blake Monroe got a video package saying she's coming to SmackDown.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
I figured it's time. She never needed to go to
NXT.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't
think she
care
made
for
the
her,
choice
but I
to.
agree she does
Yeah,
not.
no,
She never
she
needed
did
NXT.
outwardly say she made the choice to.
Yeah, I think she's fantastic. Her
Me too.
AEW work was absolutely stellar.
Yes.
Her NXT work has been solid. She's developed this glamour character, this Barbie doll bitch.
Also, leave Tatum alone.
Which is gonna conflict whenever she's inevitably faced with Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Either they're gonna mirror each other or they're gonna become a tag team.
It's gonna be a platinum blonde match.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
yeah, if Vince were around, he would have loved that.
But I do look forward to seeing her mix it up with some of the other women. Blake Monroe against Rhea Ripley or Blake Monroe against Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I want to see Blake Monroe against Julia.
There's some fun matches to be had there.
Blake Monroe and Alexa Bliss. That would actually be really good.
Yes.
Okay, that'd be interesting as well.
Yeah.
So Rhea Ripley comes out, the new WWE Women's Champion. You know, I'm a fighting champion. If anybody wants to take a shot at me, go ahead and take your shot. So here comes Fatal Influence. JC Jane comes out, challenges Rhea to a match. Rhea's like, well, JC, you want to fight? Let's do it. Well, Nick Aldis finally showing up, fucking makes the match and everything. So they have the match. JC holds on, does pretty decently, but eventually Fatal Influence triple team Rhea for the DQ, and they beat her down.
Toxic Attraction 2.0 is whack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just say it like it need to be said. And they doing too much on their first night. Calm down.
Yeah, like y'all don't need to go that hard.
Down. Like
I think it was a great way to.
I get it, but I just don't like them.
I'm trying to be. I know. Subjectively, I don't like the. I literally said, I'm like. I literally said when they popped up, I'm like, great, the hoes showed up.
Man, see, it's not just me. It's not just Bryce. We are not that far off the ball here.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
We ain't.
SmackDown's women's division needed some fresh blood. If you want to introduce that fresh blood and make them feel like they matter, targeting Rhea Ripley, targeting Charlotte Flair, targeting Alexa Bliss, and the tag team champions. That's how you do that. That's a great debut.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that. It sucks. Wish they'd give it to somebody else, but I can
argue with it. I just refuse to, because you have a point. SmackDown needs the goddamn help.
They do.
They need a cortisone shot in their ass, because it's been painful for a minute.
So I get it. Now.
Yeah, I get it. We honestly, ever since Naomi went over to Raw.
Yeah,
I thought the division was dead even before that, because Naomi only went over to Raw. I'm convinced because Liv Morgan got hurt. Naomi was going to be that new top heel on Raw, but because Liv Morgan got hurt, but then Naomi ended up getting pregnant.
I forgot about Liv being hurt.
I did too, honestly.
But that shows you how her not being there didn't ruin the damn division.
Well, they had a plan B. They just had to hold SmackDown in the process, which was already hold going into it.
Why don't they have plan Bs for the black women?
That's their problem. That's a question to ask Hunter if you ever get the chance.
Yeah.
I will ask him that. I don't know why y'all think I won't.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Why don't you have a plan B? Why does the plan have a plan B for when the black women go out? Y'all had a plan. Had a plan B for when Becky went out. You had a plan B for when Liv went out. You had a plan B for when Charlotte went out. Why didn't you have no plan B for when the black woman went out? Why the program got to suck when the black woman ain't there?
He had a plan B for when Bianca wasn't there, and that was Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
And now she's champion. And now SmackDown has a boost in star power.
Honestly, I think they on plan F. But fuck it. Let's just pull some shit from the other show.
I mean, at this point, yeah.
You might as well. So, backstage, they got Jacob Fatu talking with the Usos. Jimmy's like, the MFT's gonna get involved, but we got your back, bro. And Jacob's like, hey, look, bro, I don't need your help. I got this. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are in the trainer's room. Rhea Ripley's like, hey, bro, we got a problem. Bliss is like, yeah, Fatal Influence. And Flair is like, I'm going to get my hands on JC Jane next week. And Charlotte's being extra rude to Rhea, and Alexa's like, it's not you. She's just like that sometimes. So
No,
one
it is
last,
her because they got beef.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Alexa know this?
well,
They got problems. Again,
Alexa's been trying to change Charlotte into a nicer person. She knows she's still a conceited, arrogant ass bitch.
That's a whole ass of a job. She ain't even getting paid for it.
Right.
I mean, we can make love, we can make war.
War it is.
No hesitation.
Hesitation is lost. That's in Art of War. What do you mean? What do you want me to say?
Oh my God! He who hesitates is lost forever.
Lord.
So they air a video package letting you know that Ricky Saints is going to debut on SmackDown next week. That's a good get. I figured that's exactly what they were going to do.
I hope he beats Kit.
He's going to pop up on SmackDown next week. He at some point, him and Cody are going to interact on camera.
Yeah,
it's coming.
And let's see how I want to see how they handle that. They've been doing good with the old AEW people interacting, calling up enough old stuff to where people know them. Yeah. I want to see how they handle this one.
Yeah, me too. I'm very intrigued.
I have faith in this. I don't think he's going to be his opponent anytime soon.
The only thing that has me concerned,
but not SmackDown.
The only thing that has me concerned about Ricky Saints is his size, because he's not that big of a guy. He's not Roman size. He's not Obafemi size. He's not even Cody size. He's significantly smaller than Cody.
Yeah.
Look, as long as he's taller than Ilya, we fine, right? As long as he's taller than Ilya, we don't have to hear Pat McAfee bitching about him, right?
It reminds me of Adam Cole a few years ago, because he'd be in a similar position where it's like,
I'm sorry. Every time somebody mentions Adam Cole in height, I forgot who he was feuding with, but I swear that man said something about his height. He dived over that motherfucking announcer's table that was trying to kill that man. I don't know.
It was Pat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Pat McAfee. It was on his podcast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pat called him small, and Cole started going upside his head and shit.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Yeah. That was hilarious. I'm like, I didn't even realize that's where you get all your bravado from. Short dick energy. Got it. Okay. Got it.
The thing I remember is, I remember when Road Dogg did an interview or whatever, and he was like, if Adam Cole was, carrying cross size with his skill set, he'd be Universal Champion right now. Because Cole had everything they were looking for. The only thing was he was small.
He said your genetics are weak. He talked to him like he a Viltrumite. Oh my God.
He's a great wrestler.
He was the Freddie Mercury of the Viltrumites. Oh my God.
He can talk. He can work. The people love him. He is over. He's everything you want in a wrestler, except he's not 6'5" and 280 pounds.
Oh my God. He did not have to slap him like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Instead, he's 5'8" and 190. So,
wow.
Main event is Solo Sikoa against Jacob Fatu. Of course, it's basically a handicap match because the MFTs were getting involved. Jimmy and Jay. Yeah, right. Jimmy and Jay come down, but that don't change anything because Jacob just mollywops everybody. And then the MFTs jump him after the match, and Jimmy and Jay pop up with a chair. They're about to help, and Jacob's like, bro, I said I got this. And continues mollywopping the MFTs even more. Beats up Solo, beats up JC Mateo. He splashes Tonga lower through the table, and Tonga somehow rolls off the table improperly. Like, don't fire that man. He's a Botchamania classic. So after that, Jacob looks at the Usos, and SmackDown's off the air, and that's all she wrote for that.
I will say the show was slightly better than it has been.
Yeah, and that's not saying
because they got call-ups.
That's not saying a lot, because like we said about WrestleMania Night 1, for SmackDown, the bar is in hell too.
Yeah.
And
SmackDown is the worst wrestling show on television, consistently.
Yes.
The only thing that even helped this one was the call-ups. Take that out of the equation, you have nothing.
Yeah, and that's the sad part because they suck. But anyway, I still don't understand why they moved it to 3 hours. Why they bumped it up to 3 hours again? It
because
sucked
USA
when it was
wanted more ad revenue.
So
I guess.
I was hoping he'd be back in here to say this, but apparently Joe mentioned in the chat that SmackDown is supposed to be going back to 2 hours really soon. I guess Body Slam Net reported it. So
probably in I think it's going to be in July because that's the same time they did it last year.
Because they making me sleepy as fuck.
Me too.
Like, and I'm old. I'm supposed to be sleepy, but goddamn, I don't need a melatonin ass 3-hour show to help me be sleepy. I don't need that. Like, when I'm sitting there yawning 45 minutes in, and not because I'm tired, because I done probably took a nap between 6 and 7 to make sure I'm awake for this. Come on.
Exactly.
Like,
it's even crazier because like the show has some of the best wrestlers and the most popular characters, and you used to have
how to use them.
You used to have, at least with SmackDown, you used to have the U.S. Open Challenge. Trick Williams got rid of that, so now like,
look here,
we had them great matches with Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov and Sami Zayn, and
we honestly haven't had a good match like that since Pat McAfee's complaint.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even. Damn.
Think about that.
Ooh, that's
we had
really
one that
good
night.
Point.
We had one that night. We haven't really had one since. Because let's be fair, that match between Carmelo and Sami, when Sami won the title, it was an okay match. It wasn't Carmelo's best match, and it wasn't Sami's best match, but it was an okay match. It wasn't the bangers that Carmelo had been putting on with Ilya.
Yeah.
It wasn't the bangers that Carmelo had been putting on with his open challenge.
And still couldn't buy a spot onto the WrestleMania card.
Criminal.
Man. So think about that. We haven't had a good match between people under 6 feet since Pat McAfee opened his goddamn mouth.
Which is an indicator, and I think we might have said it in the episode, in the last episode. It's an indicator on what TKO thinks of the product, and hey, if they have as much input as is rumored, that's scary because that worries me for the smaller guys.
Yes,
that's very. And
it makes sense of why they took the title off of Melo.
Yeah,
I don't like it, but it explains some things. It makes some shit make sense to me, and I don't like it.
They took the title. They took the title off of genetics. I don't think it's that. They took the title off of Melo because they thought Sami Zayn and Trick Williams was the money match, and the money match needs the championship.
I feel like Melo should have been in that match.
He should have.
It should have been a triple threat.
They weren't gonna give it proper time anyway. So
if it was me, I would have thrown Ilya Dragunov in there and made it a fatal 4-way.
So,
yeah,
man,
that would have been no complaints from me. That would have been cinema.
Yes, especially considering 3 of those 4 men have long-standing history.
Yes,
feuding with one another. And to insert Sami into that, they could have just jumped him. He would have rolled out the ring for 5 minutes and let them go at it. Look here. I'm sorry, but Sami has turned me off of him with this whole woe is me bullshit he was on this year. Him getting the title, him getting that US title again right before WrestleMania did nothing for me.
He was only champ for like 3 weeks?
Right. When he won it before, when he won it at the end of last year, I was hyped. But after he lost it, and he been on some woe is me bullshit, why not? If you don't sit your ass down and go call KO.
Ultimately, SmackDown and the WWE product as a whole needs an overhaul. WrestleMania and its over-commercialization represents everything that's wrong with the company. It's not a wrestling company, and it hasn't been for a very long time. It wasn't even a wrestling company when Vince was in charge. It's a content company.
Right. That's why
Yeah.
It emphasizes the whole statement of sports entertainment.
Shout out to Elton Falk and the Uncommon Wrestling podcast. One point that he had made in there was like they don't make their money off of. Back in the day, it was about the gate and the pay-per-view buys and the TV viewership. None of that shit matters because they're getting paid the money up front.
Right.
Streaming, it's streaming, it's rights fees, it's merch, I mean the ticket revenue still play a big factor. but
right,
not
and
as
they
much of a
still
factor as
have,
they used to.
and they still have pretty much all the other revenues that they
Yeah,
were called, that they
Netflix,
were pulling from.
USA, NBC,
Yeah.
all the
They've gone
TKOs.
down from 90% to 10%, so they have to make the difference up.
Right.
And they're not making a
All
difference of
these-
as much as they were. So that's why they have the ESPN deal. I get that. It still sucks because they're shading us on the way through this, and we're the ones who are giving them money.
All this shit now is just, it's the product wants to make money. They don't care about anything else. This is just what they're doing now. Unfortunately,
all I know is I hadn't had a Netflix subscription in almost 20 years until they moved to Raw. 20 close to 20 years.
And
when I had it, they was delivering DVDs.
Yeah. No.
Just to give you an idea, I haven't had a Netflix subscription since 2008. Until they
know how
moved
old
to
you are,
Raw.
bro.
Yeah, for real.
I'm 50. I'm 50. Look here.
Well, that's why I call you bro, Unc. Hey.
Like, look here. I was here before streaming.
I'm hollering. So they got they got all these services and everything, and at the end of the day, it's a thing across society in general. These companies have to make more money and more money and more money to make their shareholders happy. They make more money and cut costs. And unfortunately, as a customer, we have to pay it. That's why we're paying $30 a month for ESPN, whereas 10 years ago, we were paying $9.99 a month for the WWE Network.
Oh, I missed those
unlike
days.
Peacock,
I remember when the WWE Network was $5.
Yeah, ooh, they may have had they may have had some shitty pay-per-views back then, but you were only paying $10 a month for them,
exactly.
and you got NXT and all the classic content.
Because I remember getting the WWE Network just for Kayla Rose. I was firmly I ain't watching wrestling no more, and she was like, "Can I get that?" I was like, "Okay." Look here, like I said, when your daughter asks for something, you do it.
Yeah,
and when they went from $5 to $10, I was outside with the pitchfork and the torch. Like, hey, what you mean? What you mean double? Hold on, Chief. What we doing here?
That's not what my baby girl asked for.
Right.
Let's come on outside. I just want to talk.
Yeah, so that's where the business is at now. Personally, I am not a fan of it. But at the same time, whether I'm watching or not doesn't change the fact that they're going to keep making a fuck ton of money and overcharging.
Yeah, they're going to keep doing. They're going to keep doing what they do until they figure out that it's not going to get them where they want to be.
The only way that things change is when people stop paying for it.
Exactly.
Yes, when they stop making the money that they want to make.
Ultimately, money talks, and that's the only
way. And it shows in the
advertisements,
like in the ring and the commercials. T, you were mentioning during WrestleMania, like it shows in that shit too. And it's like, man, like we can't get away from this stuff.
They're starting to see the negative side of it. Sooner or later, that bubble is going to pop. Sooner or later, people are going to stop paying. People are going to stop paying these ungodly, expensive ass fucking tickets.
Yeah,
because a lot of them aren't going to be able to afford them.
Right. You're gonna price your own customers out.
There's only so
business
many.
Has had to worry about that.
Yep.
Hell, if Microsoft can reduce the cost of Xbox
Game Pass,
yes, if they can reduce the cost of Xbox Game Pass, then WWE, I don't understand. TK, I don't understand what you're doing.
Because Microsoft got hit with a strong backlash when they announced that the Xbox Game Pass went to $30. It was so many people trying to cancel that shit that day. The fucking site shut down.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. People need to show them what they're wallet.
You need a situation like that to happen before things change in WWE. You need to see massive arenas full of empty seats.
You need to see your numbers go down on Netflix. You need to see your numbers go down in your ticket sales. You need to see your merch numbers drop.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I honestly think they have too many revenue streams where they won't feel it if people do it.
Yeah.
Even if that stuff does happen, they're gonna find a way to make the money through somebody else.
Yeah.
That's just it's big business. Like I watched a scene. I don't know if y'all watched The Boys, but I watched a scene last week on the episode. on the episode where the character was like, "Look, it's a force stronger than nature itself. Okay, corporations gotta grow, money gotta get made, the machine has to be fed, and everybody's got a role to play."
Yep.
These things are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until they eventually just humanity collapses on itself when it can't afford to pay for it anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hopefully, I'll be long dead before then, though.
Same.
Yeah.
So
same.
That's all I got. Y'all got anything else?
Theory sucks.
All day.
All day.
I'm sorry, Joe. You ain't deserved that.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he does.
Or my daughter. My daughter tells me every day, and Theory sucks. Yes, he does. And mention it on the podcast. Yes, I will.
Look here, man. Take me away, bro.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys for listening to episode 9 of the Bad Boys podcast. Shout out to the big homie Mike B for stopping in. Shout out to Joe, the Aston Theory lover. Big shout out to our Thornton Paquette. I said it right today. T Talks Wrestling. Big shout out to the bro Unc Remy, not Nicholas. And shout out to Nicholas, who actually did pop in.
Showing up.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. Saint Nick showed up.
A good chunk of the crew who was in the house today. So appreciate all the crew for participating today. Appreciate y'all for listening. Hit that like button on YouTube, all that stuff. We're on Spotify. Holla at us on Facebook too. We're a lively bunch. Holla at us on Facebook. But this is your boy. Yeah. This is your boy BDaMan with my boys T Talks Wrestling, the bro Unc Remy, Mike B, JoeG, and Nicholas. We signing out, y'all. Peace.